All right then. Back for another round. Should we push this to Discord as well? Might as well interfere with as many people's lives as we can. It's fine though. I don't know what that made me laugh, but it did. I'm feeling particularly jovial right now. There we go. All right. We should have some lights, but why rush it, okay? I can pretend to be youthful instead, sitting here. Right. No. Let's get some lights in, shall we? Okay. Take it down, Gordon Brown. Okay, there we go. Hello, Skylar. How you doing? You know what? I don't particularly like that light, so we're going to take that off for the time being. That was actually not the problem light, was it? Hello, Londo. How you doing? What's your WPM now, Londo? How's it going? Oh, yeah. I forgot that it was work doing this, wasn't it? I was sitting down having a pretty good lunch. That's what it's called, isn't it? Having lunch, enjoying it. So I feel quite good about myself. Stream for 5 hours. When are we going to do another 5 hours? Sit down, turn the stream on and say, oh shit, this was work. I forgot about that. It's work. Okay. Right, we have some horrible delays here. So we're going to have to restart the camera. Should we do a USB reset of some live streamer 04 or 02? That was not it. Okay, let's pop this open and then have a look. Let's do the other live stream. Or 6 or 2. Okay. There you go. Low latency. Are you planning on going live, Londo? Do you want to do some streaming? I never know. When people ask me how long I'm going to stream for, if they are asking because they're going to go away and do something and they want to come back and talk about something, or if they themselves want to stream, I don't know. I don't know, Londo. The long and short of it is I have no idea how much energy I'm going to have. I had a lot of energy until I sat down, and then the energy kind of like, meow, or that's the pros say. You're going to stream later? Okay. Kia ora. What time? What time are you going to hit the old camera action? I don't know where I'm going with this, but there you go. Hello, Kitty Poo. How are you?
Hello, Johnny.
Need to set up stuff first? Ah, yes. My energy. You need more tea and less me. So you need to turn the stream off. Don't do that. Stay.
Stay forever.
Tell you what, though, Londo, let me know when you're sort of about to be ready, and maybe we can do like a handoff. You know what? You know what, Londo? I've always been interested in what that knock. I say always, but this has been around for like 3 days or whatever. You see that little knock on button on Twitch? You can like knock on something. I don't know what that is, but when I do the hand, if you start, kind of like try that and see what that does, right? So. We don't have to do like a collaborative stream because I'm probably going to be completely knackered, but it would be fun to just see what it does though, right? Rust is dope, although arguably dope is bad for you, so I don't know. I'm not keeping up with your kids' super street lingo, right? Sick is good, bad is good, good is bad, shit is shit, the shit is good. I can't keep up, right? Really? Well, you know what? A is a boring name. No, sorry, it's A is a boring name, isn't it? Did the other streamers say that I could read? Because they might have been stringing you along. Well, you know what? Who's the other streamer? Whoever they are. What a lovely person. Anyway. Got a solution for your energy levels in the meme channel? All right, who wants to look at memes? Okay, who wants to look at me? I wrote a post today. If you guys would like a brief post on how to set up your private crates repository, this is actually very easy. It only took me 5 hours of rage to get there, but you can more or less copy and paste this solution and you have your own. You don't have to host anything. It's all on Git, whatever, right? Let's go to Discord. One new mention in the memes channel. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Wait, that's the wrong. Sorry, I got the wrong chat open. Get out of here. Okay, that's all right because I have 0 viewers on YouTube anyway, right? That's fair enough, eh? It's all tickety-boo. You know what? I'm just happy for the followers and I'm happy for the chatters. I don't know. What would you like as a streamer, right? If you lost 50% of your viewers, but they became chatters, all of them became chatters, right? So you have 50 viewers, but then 25 of them left and the other 25, they were all chatters. I don't know, right? Am I even live right now? I think you might have the wrong YouTube channel, Ibradev. I moved from A Bunch of Rust to A Bunch of Rust Live. So A Bunch of Rust is really my YouTube channels for the non-live content. It's both. That is one versatile name. Good on you. Hello, D3. Who peed in your cornflakes? How you doing, buddy? I don't know, but we are getting there. All right. First of all, I'm gonna pop. When did you try it then? I'm gonna pop open some discords here, right? Some memes. That's what we're looking for, right? Boop. There you go. Can't do it without the sound effects. All right, we're gonna go to the meme channel. Now in Discord, you can't really hide anything, so I kind of have to hide everything. We're gonna open the meme channel because I don't want you guys to know all the channels that I'm following, and I don't want you guys to find out that I'm secretly a SIG programmer or anything of the sort. Okay, I'm done being creepy. Let me get on with this now, shall we? Streamer mode activated. Yes, sounds like a superpower. Streamer mode activate. All right, here we are. All right, we're gonna get this thing right. What is this? Why are they looking so jacked? Right? In Germany, teachers don't say you have to learn this. Instead, they say what the heck? Okay, I have something 3-hour question. All right, you know what? I don't German. There we go. Energy issues. Coffee drinkers looking for something to go with their coffee. Does this need audio? I feel like I saw 13 new messages. I didn't know it was a conversation, so I kind of just get on with it. Do we need audio for this? Oh yeah, only if I want to get cancelled. You are losing me. You lost me. I feel like I never want to do this again. Okay, moving on. When I ask you this at 3 a.m. in the night, you have to know it instantly. Oh, I see. Bop the bot. Oh, yeah. All right. I look at that. I mean, is there any point? I mean, is there any point doing anything? Should we just rebrand? What? What are you talking about? Rebrand? That is okay. So we're at this full disclaimer now. There is a chance that I will say a sentence but I would accidentally swap out words in this sentence into something stupid and embarrassing, possibly even bad. Okay? I do not do this intentional. It happens with reading and speaking sometimes. Okay? You know this. So if I say something really bad or really dumb, okay, you should be aware that it's not intentional. Okay, right, moving on. Disclaimer. I said like under the gun or... That is a lot of coffee. Oh, I see. I saw 12 unread messages reread. Hi, how you doing? I saw 12 unread messages. So obviously, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna be rolling in the good stuff. Instead, it was like a picture of a completely up wolf and a dude drinking coffee. Okay? You're not winning me over with that. I want to be entertained and then like that was barely anything. Okay? Now, if you made that video, Enrico, it gets plus points. I was gonna make a joke about COBOL Discord, but Discord is much too modern for COBOL programs. Very good. You know what, Mad Moose? I didn't laugh out loud because I want to keep the tea inside my body, but I think that was so funny that it actually deserves to go in the quotes. And I know my voice sounds like I am being sarcastic, but I am not. All right, what do you got? I think this might have been better, but I do appreciate that Enrico had a video. Okay. I forgot my iced tea upstairs. Wow, that was a really bad idea. I just slid my cup across the table. That could have ended poorly. Okay, we have now had 3 days. Oh, and the light is back. 3 days to fix a bug, and I have barely scratched the surface. I have fixed another bug that I first had to invent. So should we do the dumb thing that I wasn't gonna do? You know what? We're going to save the dumb thing for another day, okay? I have a fun thing. No, wait, it was a dumb thing. I have a dumb thing that I want to do, but I am not going to do it. I'll wait. I'll wait. Okay. So we have a bug, and we're going to try to find it. And I'm going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. Let's see, what are we gonna do? Was it in... So somewhere in Temp... Chase bug. There we go, right? Chase a bug. Now, let's build this thing and see this crash. It has to crash. There we go, right? So entry has been removed. Now, I thought I was on top of things. I was not. I was not on top of things. So it seems to me that this could be removing a value without me knowing it. Let's do, and what does that mean? Okay, well, if we go over here to widgets, updates, finding this thing. Okay, I wanted to land here, okay? Actually, let's see what happens if we have a change remove whatsoever, right? Match. There's no E in match, is there? I mean, if there is, you have to tell me. It's the law. Equal sign. There we go. Hello world. I mean, I feel like that's a good print debug, isn't it? Let's see if hello world will appear. It doesn't. We're deleting things. This is sign language for deleting things. Don't you dare find out if that's true. And we never find out. It doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, what if we... well, we have to do the insert at some point. so this is fine. But removing it, inserting it and removing it is somehow causing some kind of grief. You know what I would like to know? I would like to know if what the state looks like at this point. Now, I do believe that we have such a thing as dumping the state. We do. Okay, so let's just call dump state and try that from the main function. Fine. Okay, so that did not work. Hello, Doddy. Is there an issue when just removing, not inserting? No. So what is happening is that when we... I'm not entirely sure what is happening yet, right? When we do an insert, there is a record available somewhere, and then we do a remove, and then we remove the record. And I wonder if the insert and the remove has caused a change set to be propagated. And the first change set is that insertion is happening. The second change set is that the remove is happening. So we're going through changes. Things will never be the same. And as we do so, the first one is an insert. So we're going to react as if there is an insertion. But not only have we inserted, we have also removed. So I wonder what the changes look like as a result of that. Maybe we can even write a test. Maybe we can write a test. Well, I think that is the reason, right? Because we do an insert, we never get to the remove change. We never get this change. We only get one change, I cannot lie. All right. So if we were to print out the change instead of something else, right? And we run this thing, we're gonna see change. All right, yeah, I just made that up, didn't I? We're gonna see one change. See, we have this removed change, but it never propagates. So we have one change, and then we get inserted, and then we have another change, and then we have removed. Actually, where does that change thing comes from? So I think it is when we're acting on this inserted value, the value has actually been removed, so it doesn't exist anymore, right? Well, we can, but this is a question about who is depending on the data, right? They have to go through the motions, and that's what the issue is. So I think it is when we're trying to upgrade a pending value into a value reference where this whole thing collapses.
Like a house of cards.
And then we're here, right? Is ducking on? Yes. It is. Okay, so let's see. Liz panics. We have this thing removed. And I think it is that simple. I think it's, if we follow this pending value, we would get there. So we see the change in the world today. It's actually happening. What I would like to know is I would also like to know about the widget that is receiving this change, because I don't think, well, it was quite a bit of it's the for loop, right? It's the for loop, not the component. And that makes perfect sense. All right, this issue is making a molehill into a mountain. I did not butcher that idiom. Okay, don't look it up. It's making a mountain out of a molehill. So we need to go to the place where we convert pending values into not pending values. This is all happening over here in the for loop, though, right? And the thing is, this might not be specific to a for loop. This could be a result of a map changing as well, because maps can have values added and removed, right? It's a complicated world out there. Okay, so we're going to do scope pending. What happens with pending values? As a matter of fact, let's just go to look for pending here. Okay, scope pending, scope pending, scope pending, scope pending, to pending. Okay, and this is what is happening. when a value stop being pending. I think it will not stop being pending here. We have to go somewhere rather gross. Okay, I want you to avert your eyes now because we're going to go into expressions. And this is a large file with a lot of scary stuff in it. All right, so we have a pending value and the pending value might fail. Okay, that one is fine. That one is also fine. Downgrade any value reference to a pending value. I reckon it is a case of doing an upgrade that is failing. Yes. So, according to this thing, it can't fail. But I think it can fail because the value has been removed, right? Oh, do you think this is where it's failing? If you can read this, I am a little bit closer. Metaphorically speaking, there's still a lot of distance between us. Okay. I think so. All right, let's do the walk. All right, let's put a breakpoint. Break on Rust Panic. Up, up, up. We go. All right, so we're going to check out the value with value mute. This is going to do... Okay, so this is the tree. We're in the for loop here. But this is what's so confusing, though. That we are here. We're on tick components. Oh. No. Oh, no. Okay, hang on. That is not what I thought we'd get to. Let's go down. What is self? It's a tree. Oh, but so I'm assuming that we're trying to get... You do, Marvin. If you put your mind to it. I think that this checkout, this value ID, is the component. So according to the for loop, we have done something that doesn't exist. I might not be on the right track, but I think I am. Hello, Wire, how you doing? Hello, Squirrel. I don't know what this value ID is for, but we can find out. No, we can't. See, this is ID 5. I have no idea what 5 is. All right. We have 1 here, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and then 5. One, 2, 3, 4, and then in here is 5. It's the same room, different lights. The room is set up for video now. So next to me, I have this beautiful setup with lights and I have cameras on the other side of the room. Look at these cameras over there. You can see it there in the corner and everything. And then here, all we have is skill issue. Hello, Ollard. How you doing? Oh, it is. It is getting closer, Wiry. So, okay. We have, I think the 5th value is the V-stack. So this thing's going to get angry with me if I take the V-stack away. But you know what? We can sort of, kind of possibly find out if we just go to the template and then we get rid of that guy. I never liked him anyway. Okay, and let's do the same thing again, right? Breakpoint, set, break, rust, panic, cont, and I think we're gonna get an ID of 4 now. If we go up, 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 up. And here we are. Come on, 4. Yes! With a generation of 0? Of course it is. Oh my. You good at skill issuing? Oh, everyone has skill issues though. Hello, Abradev. Aw, check you out, man. It's cool to see. It was really nice when like my view count on YouTube was still says 0. I guess YouTube wants to keep me humble. Okay. Yes. So where does this come from? Does it mean it hasn't been removed from the tree yet? I disagree, Otkar. We can be 100% perfect. We just have to perfect perfection first, because it's imperfect. No, it isn't. That was absolute nonsense. Okay, so I wonder what the change order is then that we're applying to the changeatorium. I know what we're going to do then, right? We're going to go from here to here, and then we're going to hop into widgets. Expression. No. Notes. Eval. Not to be confused with evil. That's a different story. Control flow. No. For loop eval. There we go. Why are these here? It's the update that I'm interested in. I'll have you know. We might have to do a little bit of deref. Okay, so this just means a value has changed. Which value is this? Damn. Okay. So this is just a value changing, but I don't know if we have any values changing, right? Remove on a tick and insert on the following tick? No, that would be fine. The issue is that we're applying conflicting updates, I think. I think that's what we're doing, right? What value is it that is changing, however? That is a little bit interesting to me. It would be good, it would be if we could see what the value that is currently changing is. Although this value ID is what? Oh yeah, it's a widget ID. So that's a little bit, well, it's not a widget ID. It's a composition of other types. So we don't really know. Well, I mean, we do know. It's the one of these, small index, or the other one that actually points to the value. We are almost there though, right? So it's this guy, one of these guys at least, right? And so, okay, this is in a for loop. Let's step into the for loop. Wait, how did we get... Alright, hang on. This is confusing me. A tick shouldn't happen this quickly. I do not think. Let's take this out. I think this is unrelated. No, it isn't. How are you ticking so fast? You have one... Oh, maybe maybe it starts the tick. So we don't even wait the initial... We don't wait for the initial second before we do the tick. Ah. Yes. Wait, did I make a mistake again? I might have. Nope. All good. Eep. Oh man, I love it when it does that. I just love getting sea cold turning up, okay? Because it makes me feel a little bit like, you know, I'm not all alone. I never get to know what flipping buffer that is. Oh yeah, there we go, 65. BD 65. I feel like I'm reading out bingo numbers. BD 65. BD 65. No, don't do that. Oh, we need to have a logo for Anathema, but I need to think on this for a little bit. We need to have a logo. So the first thing we do here is an actual insertion. And where this is going to take us is here. So we can get rid of this breakpoint here. So let's just say no to you. And then abort this whole thing. Find this update function. And this is where we can go. Alright, so this is going to be... The reason this thing did nothing is probably because the change is an update. Yeah, so it just means that a value has changed. It was not removed. It was not dropped. It was not inserted. The next change, on the other hand, that's this hand, is an insert value. So now we're doing the insert. And I think this is the problem. I think this is the problem. So we're doing the insert here, but the removal is the problem. Well, not really, because we're saying that according to this, we're going to remove it out of the tree. So this change should be a removal. No, it's changed again. And now it's removed. And what's the index we're removing? Should be 0. Well, hang on. Let's get the index. All right. It pretends that it's not 0, but it's 0. Okay, we can actually follow this. I made a mistake. When I was counting the widget IDs, I forgot one important detail. I forgot this guy. The plot thickens. So that is a conundrum. No, I know what the problem is. I just figured it out. I need to know the widget ID that we're removing. I just figured out. I need the context for this to work. Context. Take me to where I want to be. We'll do this again. There we go. I know what to do. I solved it. Do we have access to the eval context? Oh, there you are. It's this guy. I bet you that when we are iterating over on ticks. We have added components that don't get removed. Okay, so here we have inadvertently found and solved an even bigger bug. It's a bloody big bug for you and your mate. All right, so we're gonna not just, we have every place where we do a tree remove, we actually have to interact with the components as well, because components needs to be updated too, you know? Yes. Okay, now my concern is not just about removing these here components. I don't know why I said it that way. But also the we need to find the remove. No. Okay, so every time we remove a node from the tree, we also have to remove them components. Now we have this thing happening over in the world of the runtime. At the end of a frame, here, what is this key? Are these widget IDs? I think they are. That one's a path. The tree contains all the elements. So if you put 1,000 elements on screen, but only one component, we don't want to search through the tree, all 1,000 elements to find that one component. That's why we keep the components separate. But it would be good. It would be good if we didn't have to try to remove things that don't exist. So we don't want to find everywhere we call tree remove and try to update it there. That is terrible. Is it? I think it is. So we're cleaning up here. We're applying the changes. Where are the changes? Here we apply the changes. We've already ticked here, yeah? And done event. As long as we're done with events and tick and future here, then we do all the layout stuff and we have no business interfering with the components here. Hello, Bags. How you doing? Welcome, Raiders. Oh, man, I was pretty confused, but I am not. Well, that's a lie. Welcome, Raiders. How you doing? How was your stream? How you guys doing? How was the stream? Okay, I think we're just on the cusp of solving a bug. Great. Oh man, sorry to disappoint, Bags. Bags is a Minecraft streamer. I got hours in Minecraft. Me and my kid played so much Minecraft. I even got like Minecraft colors on my keyboard. Check this out, man. I deleted it. There you go, right? See, I can turn my keyboard into grass block just for my kid. Very exciting. We played a bunch of Minecraft. My kid really loves it. There's more. Hey, Andres. Wow, are you all leaving now? How you doing? How was your stream? It's gonna be a Minecraft streamer for 24 hours. Does that mean you're gonna do a 24-hour Minecraft stream? I don't know how people do it, right? Because after I dug out like 3 blocks of grass and I sit there and I look at it and be like, now what? Right? And my kid's like, we're gonna have an animal farm over here, and this pig's name is Nelly after your mother. And I was like, well, okay. You dig a 4th? I never thought about that, man. That's like, all right. It was nice, merged a lot of PRs and fixed issues. So nice. 5.5 hours. Yeah, my first stream today was 5 hours, and now I'm in for my second stream. This is not because I'm a prolific streamer. This is because I have to do accounting the moment I stop streaming today. So you go build some more. You guys know how to Minecraft. I am clearly not capable. All right, so I think we need to just clean this up, right? Hello, Mr. Yogurt. How you doing? How you going, mate? Ooh. Okay, these are removed widgets, but they are not the same. They are not the same. So let's have a look at what happens when we remove a widget. Oh, we just get a widget ID in there. That's the one, Water. I don't know any other accounting. All right, have a good one, Bags. Thank you so much for the raid, and welcome, Raiders. I'm togglebit here on Twitch. I do mostly Rust programming, and right now I am doing Rust programming, but in reality, I'm procrastinating to not deal with accounting. Been investing in plain text accounting and ledger lately. I think I don't think that's a sign of getting old. Okay, I think there might be another thing going on there. Different angle, Alexi. Different angle. You gotta change angles in life. That sounded profoundly stupid, but I'll own it. PHP. Oh, the last language I did was probably Gleam when I was... No, that was the C++. I don't know how to program C++. I did some C++, right? Okay, so attribute storage. Try remove, components remove. The thing is, we might end up with a lot of widgets being removed. That has nothing to do with these components. Sorry, Alexei. Once you're following, you're a follower for life. You can't do anything. Michelangelo. That is some angle changes. Okay, so let me break it down. I was going to say the same thing I always say, but we're not going to say that now. But I'm going to break it down for you, what we're actually doing here. We have a beautiful tree, not a Christmas tree. It's a tree full of widgets, and inside these widgets, we have components. All right, components are different widgets. Widgets or elements. They're a little bit like your divs and spans and ULs in HTML, right? But they do not have events. If you want events, you have components that have built-in events, and these components are most likely fewer and far in between inside the widget tree. So every time we remove a widget, we kind of have to check if we remove the component as well, right? Well, when we do this, we will fix a bug. However, all right, here's the problem. Well, actually, I guess we could write a really dodgy remove function and just test this hypothesis here, right? By writing some really inefficient code. Here. All right, we call that a key, but in reality, it's a widget ID, okay? No. Widget ID. All right, and you remove nothing, or return nothing, right? No, that wasn't the right thing. Yes, it was. It didn't say right. So what happens is we have components left in the tree that shouldn't be there, and we have to clean this up. I think that is what's going on. I've tried C once in my life at an early age. It did not go well, and I tried C in my elderly age. And it did not go well. I don't know C. I've written an echo server and a guessing game in C. That's all the C I've done, right? Isn't an abstract syntax tree a thing for that tree? I don't know if that makes sense. Have you tried Python? I programmed Python for some years. All right, I think I'm all caught up with you hooligans. Okay. So if this thing works, we can do some rubbish. All right, let's just have a look at what we have in here. We have a, oh yeah, there you go, component entry. So we have to iterate and find that one first by, oh, this is going to be so bad. But we're just doing this to find out if it's right. We're gonna find out to see if this is right. So let's get the index. That's gonna equal self.inner.iter. And we're gonna find where the entry widget ID is equal to widget ID. Okay, this should give us an option of a reference to a component entry. That is not what I want. I'm gonna change find for position. That should give us an option of an index, all right? So we can say let some index else bail or return. Or return if you can't spell or you possibly Dutch, I don't know. Self.inner.remove. No. Self.remove. Ah, shit. That doesn't work. We have to use another function for that. Oh, hang on. We already have this. Why don't we just mess with this thing instead? Hang on, that's not shift. Sorry, new keyboard. Where's the remove function? Here we go, right? Grab everything in here and then find the dodgy remove. And then here, we're going to change this to entry widget ID. Oh no, we're not doing a binary search. We're still going to do a position. Is equal to widget ID. There we go, right? All right, so we're doing if lat instead. We have to iter, otherwise we're not going to win. Okay, so this thing is complaining for some reason. Oh yeah, because that's not mutable, that's why. I'm not even reading the error message. Temporis isn't here to tell me otherwise. Cannot borrow self.inner. Okay, so if let becomes let else. Whoops. Return. And then we can ditch that thing and clean this up. There we go, right? I have returned. Very good. Oh, D3 was here earlier. I think he got upset because I asked him who pissed in his cornflakes and then he left. All right. Let's see if the program breaks after 1 second. I think we're good, Doddy. I think we solved it. Okay. Let's remove this debug nonsense and then... Okay. Okay. All right, you know, why don't we just go to the actual changes now? Wait, where are the changes? Update. There you are. No. Get out of there. Oh, why don't we just find print line? Ooh, there was a lot of them. There's an output. I know that guy. Where did I put that? Where did I put that code? Dang it. This is not what you're supposed to do. I thought we had it up here somewhere. That one's not changed. Alright, fine. Rip crap, help me out. There we are. It's in the state, you muppet. There we go. In the value module. On line 368 maybe. There we are. Okay. Now we can actually run this code. So this should do nothing now. But it is actually doing something. And we set the frame rate to 1 frame per second. So it's not super cool. Unless you find that really cool. Then I am just gonna rock your world. Okay. We see nothing. Why are we seeing nothing? Because we're inserting values and removing values. Right. I think, Dottie, I'm going to run your code now. Okay. Apparently, there's too much Dottie here. Did I remove that? Was it? No. Was it raining glyph maybe? Is this it? You probably didn't name your project after yourself. That would make sense. Should this break? I think this should break. It's not breaking. Yes. It's not breaking. And we love it. So if I do this now, we should just see that thing being moderately entertaining. Shrinky dinky. Wee goes. I don't think that was your intention, but I think we have a bug fix in place now. So before we go any further, this dodgy remove, we can't really have this, okay? But let me just do something silly for once. What do you mean for once? Let's build something, because, you know, to celebrate. What should we build? Oh, someone mentioned yesterday H-top and B-top, and I said, why don't we build our own? So let's do that. Let's do a cargo new A-top. Wait, is that a thing already? It isn't. All right, so we're gonna build A-top cargo. And I think we can use like sysinfo or something for this thing. While that's happening, let's do create.io sysinfo, I think maybe. Let's have a look. Cake? What? Cake. You will reveal your cake to me. All right, so let's add sysinfo. Cargo, add sysinfo, right? There we go. So we are gonna use our own guide to get started. And we're gonna go to getting start. If you guys want to mess with this, you can see it there. We're about to hit release. All right, we've already done that part, so we're just gonna get this main function going. There we go. And now we need the template. So let's make a new template.aml, and we're gonna grab this thing and copy that thing, paste it in here. If we run this thing, wait for 5 days, and you are great. I hope you feel it. Okay, so what can we do now? Let's change this to make some kind of sysinfo component, shall we, right? Let's see what metrics we have available. There you are, the docs. Okay, let's see. It is now, we're gonna start a timer. That will take 18 days to start. Go. All right, let's see how fast we can build some kind of crappy top replacement. Sys.refresh all, system new all. Why don't we stick this in a component then, right? So let's make a new struct called sys or suscomp, all right? And we're gonna have, we're gonna register this component. So runtime.register, whoops, not you. Component, And we call this index. This is going to be like the main component. We're going to use template.aml, and we're going to have syscomp new and some state. So we'll have sysstate new. All right, none of these things exist yet, so let's make a struct for sysstate. This is where we're going to track all the state that we're going to use for CPU and what have you, right? All that jazz. Now, we probably don't have to make the CPU count a state, but we're going to do it anyway, right? CPU count is a value, probably a U32. I mean, I don't know, or a U16. How many cores do you have that you need a U16, right? This thing is supposed to have a sys info, I think. And let's impl, if I could spell impl, sysstate. And our CPU count has to start with something. CPU count. That'll be I don't know if it's going to be a U32. What is CPU count? Total memory, system name, host name, and then here's all the processes we have. Wow, there's a lot of information. Okay, I might have taken a little bit too much. Okay, refresh all. We're gonna call refresh all once every second. So let's implement a component here. Notice how I wasn't even done writing this thing. Okay, syscomp. And let's have a tick function. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do this. Okay, we might need a few of these things. Wait, get rid of this and then use anathema, prelude, everything, and whoops, component. Don't need that stinky business. We're going to have to use sysinfo. What's that thing called? It's called system. Okay. All right, so that's what we want to have here. System. Okay. Yeah, we got it. And let's implement all of these things. So on tick, we need to keep some kind of a refresh, right? We have a frequency, which is duration. And we're going to bring that in. And there you are. So let's add a new function to syscomponent. And let's set the system to be system, what do you call it? New all. Okay, let's do it. New all. And then duration or a frequency, Kenneth, will be duration from, okay, from sex. Don't be too excited now. That's not how you spell it. All right, so we're good now. Yeah, we are. All right, so now we have the ticking thing sorted. No, we haven't. I didn't implement that. I just said I was going to do it, and then I didn't, right? Let's fully qualify that malarkey, or not fully qualify. So we're going to do self.frequency minus equals, no, minus on the other side. On the other side, minus equals delta time if, actually, we have to do is equal to self.frequency dot saturating sub. Otherwise, we are possibly going to subtract with overflow, and that's not a good look for anyone. All right. So if self.frequency is larger than duration 0, which I think might be a constant, I mean, you know, then return. And then here, this is now duration from sex. Again, don't get excited. Now, if we were really cool people, we would make this thing into a constant. So let's do that then, okay? So let's have a const frequency. That's a duration. Duration from... yeah, here it comes again. Not 10. Stop trying to make it larger than it is. Hello, Temporis. How you doing, buddy? I almost read error messages. But you were not here, so, you know, that's just going to be the frequency. Okay, apparently not. Try that again. Frequency. Thank you. All right. No. It's from Sesk. Oh, my God. Okay, well, we're just going to do this, and no one saw that. Here we are, right? What are you doing? Just you wait and watch. All right. So we're going to reduce the frequency. Then we're going to do self.sys.refresh all. Okay. This should give us what we need. Now we're going to populate a bunch of values, right? Okay. But I didn't actually finish implementing anything. I just made a bunch of shit up and then I left it as it was, right? I guess what we could do is we can start off with a 0 in the CPU count. And what we can also do, because we want the tick to kind of be instant, we don't want to wait that additional second. So this thing is dumbassery. Duration 0. Oh, that was a weird spelling. There we go, right? Let's see if this exists. Not with that. That's the European spelling. Yeah, there you go, right? Okay. Back, please. There we go. All right, don't try to run this. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. Sorry, duration. I skipped a little bit of syntax. Duration. There we go, right? Okay, we don't need you anymore, and we don't need you anymore. We're just gonna put an index in here, because that's what we named the component. So the only template we have in this document is loading the index. This is kind of a standard pattern to do at this point, I believe. All right, so then here, we're just gonna go and set the CPU count to 0. We'll change that, okay? We'll change that on our first take. We're just going to get this thing working. Oh yeah, I forgot. I accidentally deleted the index. I didn't forget anything. I just missed that. There we go, right? Okay, the reason this is complaining is because we haven't set the state of this thing to be that state. We just say the state. Oh yeah, sure, it's a unit, right? But now it's sysinfo. No, it isn't. It's sysstate. And now all is well with the world, right? So here we go. All right. Now we have our CPU count. That's the only thing we have right now. Okay. So we're going to take our state dot CPU count and set that to sap.sys.cpu count. I got to start looking things up now. CPUs.len, okay? CPUs.len. So that's clearly going to be a U size then. Yeah, it is. All right. U32, we don't love you. Changing you for a U size. And were we good? Yeah, we're good. Okay, so we should now be able to read CPU count. All right. So let's write in our template AML all this beautiful code. We're going to change this for text.cpu, not dot, count. And now see if we have a beautiful alternative to top. There you go. This looks just like top, doesn't it? Pretty nice looking. Pretty nice looking. Okay. Anyway, let's actually build something. Let's see. We have all this beautiful jazz that we can look at. So we're just going to grab this in here and then whack it down here, okay? Oops, wrong code. Oop. So we want total memory. We want total memory used. All this is going to be self dot. Ooh, look at that. We can get this stuff as well. This seems a little bit unnecessary to pull every second, right? We should probably start this off with this information, but... So let's do it then. All right, so when we create a new one of these, we'll do this part. Okay. Let's split this up in two so I can see some things. Okay, we're going to have total mem. Not title mem, that's a different thing. And then total, I don't use swap, so we're gonna skip the swap. We're gonna have used mem, used mem, those two, there we go, right? Total mem, set, what are you? You are a U64, okay, well, you could have been consistent, but you know, right? All right. So let's change that to U64, no, to that one. And then here we're changing total to used memory. And that's it. We don't care about swap. We don't care about that. Okay, we got that down pat? Yeah, we do. Okay, so total mem. That will be 0 into. And used mem. Whoops, there's no full stop in there. Okay. Oh, you want an O in into, don't you? Needy. Okay, cool. Now we're going to set these up as well, right? While we're here. So we'll have sysname That's gonna be a value that'll never change. So it would have been nice to have like a static value as well. Maybe we'll invent that. Kernel, OS, whoops, extra whoops, and host. Okie dokie. So let's grab all of this code, dump it in here, get a bit of the old block select up here. There we go. So we're gonna have sys name. It's gonna be this guy into. All right, and then the next thing is gonna be, what do we call it? Kernel of truth, OS, and host. Host. And then into. Yeah, we don't want any of that. We don't want any of the extras there. Okay, there we go. Is that not a string? An option of a string. We can deal with that, can't we? We can deal with an option of a string. Anything else? Are you also an option? Okay, I feel like this is all rather optional now. Ugh, are we gonna have to write a bunch of if statements in there? You know what? We could, or we can just unwrap and see where the night takes us. Okay? I mean, that's how I met my wife, right? It's like, hey, baby, I got this option over here. And she's not amused. Terrible joke, ignore that. Okay, right. So that has to move to hithers. Whoops, to hithers. Hithers. There you go, right? There we are. All right, let's get rid of all this into business. Okay, there we go. It does. Yes. Okay, so now we have all this stuff. What else can we do? What else can we pull in? We got the CPU, process name. Okay, we got a bunch of processes. Okay, why don't we... So we have process name and disk usage. Okay, not memory usage. You know, I don't care. We can get network stuff going too. We can make this the sexiest thing in the world. That is if you have very low standards. Okay, so let's do a sys process name and disk usage. What is that? Okay, so let's make another state here then. Struct proc. And what are you? You are a state. Whoopsie, you're a state. And we're gonna have a name, which is a string. Actually, it's not a string, it's a value string. There we go. And then disk usage, dusk usage. Oopsie. Yes? ¿Qué pasa? Okay, let's see this. So disk usage. We're up to 14 minutes so far, okay? Second us 14 minutes. And let's fill this up then, shall we? So where's our state? Here we go. We're going to have processes. That's going to be a list of value. No, it's not. It's going to be a list of... It's going to be a value. Not a value. Wrong language. Value. Damn it. Language. A list of process. Or proc, I think we called it. Yeah. All right. So it would just be an empty list here, right? So processes is going to be a list empty. Okay. Not okay. There we go. All right. So now we're just going to go through every process that we have here on our tick, right? So we say for process in sys dot. Now we got to figure out what this thing was, right? Dot processes. Okay. Dot processes. Is that right? No, it's not. It's self-assisted processes. Okay, cool. So before we do that, now we're going to do something that is somewhat inefficient. We're going to do we're going to do state dot processes dot clear. I think that's a thing we can do. No, drain. Ship. Okay, here we go, right? Let procs equals, and that has to be mutable. State.processes.toMute. We're going to have to use this anyway, right? So we're just going to do procs.clear.drain. Please give me something to work with. What are you? You're a unique list pointer. Okay. State list something. Iter is empty. Making an empty one. Is there no drain? Holy, we don't have a drain. Ooh, Nelly. Okay, you know, we have to do something kind of naughty and terrible here, but we're gonna do it anyway because we gotta move on, right? We'll say while let sum ignore value equal to procs.pop back, and then nothing here. You good with that? No. Pop, remove. No, that needs something. How do we remove something from this thing? This is terrible. Push, insert, remove, pop front, pop back. Yeah, there's a pop back. Why can't I pop back? Pop back. I am going a little bit bananas. I can see the function there, right? Oh shit, it's the wrong one. Okay, so this is gonna be state.process. Done. Okay. Whew. Right. So we have to clear the list, and then we're gonna have to go and add things to the list. So the first thing we're gonna have is a proc here. That's gonna be a proc. We have to create a new one here. Actually, we're not gonna bother with a new function. So we'll have what are these things called, right? We have name, which is gonna be process.name. Is this a function call? It is. Into. Is this gonna be an option again? Are you being that guy? No information available. Oh, hang on. There's two. All right. We don't care about the PID for that. Now, obviously, you care about the PID if you're doing something that you care about. Whoops. No, come back here. But in our case, that's always the... Oh, shit. Okay. Let name equals process. Let's just do this thing, all right? Format. Actually, we can just call process.name to string. You good with that? No, you're not. Okay, let's do a format. Let's do a debug format of this thing, right? Just because I am not interested in staying here longer than I have to. So we do this. It's a little bit rubbish to do. All right, so we should be able to get away with that. So that's just going to be name into. You good with that? Of course you are. And then disk usage. That's going to be process dot disk usage, which is a U64 or some other dumb thing. No, it's disk usage. There is the actual thing called disk usage, right? I don't know. That's not what I was looking for. You know what? Let's just ignore this. Should we have the whole disk usage? Why are we looking at disk usage? I thought it was memory usage you looked at when it comes to processes. What is a component? Oh, temperature. Okay, well, lots of stuff we can do. Don't care. Let's just go with disk usage, total written bytes, okay? For no apparent reason, all right? Into, and that's a U64 or some other thing. Yeah, it is. So disk usage, we are changing to a U64. Or U65 if you're, into SIG. All right, there we go. So now, how far are we into this thing? Oh, come on, man. Come on, Fit, you lark. We are 20 minutes in, almost. We got 19 minutes and 50 seconds in, and I think that we are kind of done, aren't we? Right? Let's just put the stuff at the top here, right? So we'll do a VStack where we're putting our CPU count. What else do we need to put in there? We're gonna have, well, of course, it wouldn't make sense if we don't put the other stuff first, right? Let's put something like the system name and all that jazz, okay? What are we gonna have up there? We have sysname. And what else do we need? We need kernel. We should probably call like system name. And then, you know, I want a space there, okay. And then we have OS. And then host. And then after this thing, we're going to have another border. Now, it's not going to be super nice if they're like back to back, but we don't really mind right now. And then that's going to be, what should we have here? CPU count. Oh, good grief. I should not have started a timer doing this because that is kind of stressing me out a bit. Disk usage. No, it's not it. Total mem. And then this is what used mem, which is probably some of the more useful things in here. Used mem. All right, cool. Mulroy, welcome Raiders. How you all doing? All right, so that's going to be our first one. We're going to make a vertical stack for this stuff. And then we're going to spend the rest of the space here in a... Let's do an overflow here, right? So overflow. And we're going to put the process there. So for P in processes... And then let's just put some kind of process malarkey in here. What have we got in there? It's a list of procs. What is the program? It's a name. Okay. So we'll make an H stack. We're going to put the... Ah, shit. Okay, let's make a V stack instead. We're going to make an H stack in there. And we're going to start off with the name. And we're going to have a spacer. And then we're going to put the... what do we got next? The disk usage, right? Yeah. Usage. Okay, there we go. Is that it? Where are all my processes? I feel like we don't have... Oh yeah, hang on. Is there a typo in there? Where are my processes? Do I not get processes? Have a good not streaming Mulroy. How you doing? Wait, no, you left. Hello. Alright. Ah, see me rolling. Okay. Let's see. That was 23 minutes to write an almost a top alternative, but we're kind of missing the processes, and that looks a little bit naff, I have to say. Oh yeah, we forgot to push it. So stack.processes.push back the proc. There we go, right? Okay, it dies for some reason. Why is it dying? We found another bug. Why does it always have to be bugs in there? All right, and the disk usage is always empty. No, it isn't. We should probably convert the disk usage to like a human readable format instead. All right, so then let's do an overflow instead and get rid of this spacer for a second. Okay, so it's not that is the problem. All right, we're on to the next bug. We almost had it. But there's a bug in the rug in here somewhere. And also, I would have liked to see this thing sorting the processes by something rather. So why don't we do iter sort by... No, it's going to be AB, isn't it? A dot disk usage total written bytes compared to... Oh god, you're gonna make me write all this again? There we go. B. Probably has to be a reference. There's no sort by? No, we would have to get a slice and then sort it. You can't sort in iterator, you muppet. All right, never mind that now. So let's see where this thing is falling flat. There we go. Widget attributes. It's an attribute that is not being cleared. Widget attributes. All right, on to the next bug. That's not the right attributes. What was this? Line 22. Okay, so we're getting an attribute from something that has been removed. What has been removed then that we're not getting an attribute from? All right, we're going to cancel this ID. I'll try to do this again some other time. 26 minutes, but I don't think we qualify that. I'm thinking that it might help to swap the switches around on this keyboard. Swap the switches? I'm not entirely sure I follow. Aren't they kind of the same? Thank you for the follow. Oh, did you pick Kyle Speed Browns? Yeah. Oh, yeah. There. Okay. Damn. You might be able to send it back and ask them to replace the switches. So if you don't want to keep the Speed Browns, I have Speed Copper and Speed Bronze, and I did not like any of them. The Speed switches were not my favorite. I got the box whites on this one, but if you're not into clickies, which I imagine you're not as you pick the Browns, then toads, man. Yeah, but just send it back. Ask if you can send it back and replace the switches. I'm pretty sure they're going to be cool with it. Although, I don't know how much a bag of... I don't know. I just think that they seem like a very cool company. I'm pretty sure they would be good with it. But I wonder how much a bag of Kyle Browns would be if we're going to look at something like macboards.co.uk. Another VPN is going to attack me again. Shop switches. You want tactile. No, wait, you want Kyle. Kyle Brown. V2. Oh, Kyle Box. Sold out. Damn you, mechanical keyboards. You scam. Low profile chalk switches, but that's not the ones you want. So how much is... So what is this for? It's a pack of 10. And how many keys do we have on here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3 is 21 plus 6. Okay, yeah, it's going to cost a bit. I just wondered if you could... Well, no, hang on. For £40, yeah. If I were to do this, well, I wouldn't go to MacBoards because they're out of stock. But if I were to do this, I would find something similar to MacBoards and just spend the £40 on the switches and then keep the Cherry Browns. Mind you, they are chalk switches on the thumb cluster, on some part of the thumb cluster, which I think is pretty funky. I didn't even realize that until the 3 started talking. Okay, so why is this thing breaking? We're trying to get an attribute for a widget. This surely must be a generational key. Yes, it is. So this is a generational key. Then 23 switches are about £12 on Amazon. Wow, okay, yeah. Then just keep... You get a switch puller with the keyboard, though. Okay. I heard that. Yeah, but you found out that there was chalk switches in there, and I thought that was pretty cool. I think that's just the thumb, and is it the thumb or... I'm just grabbing and ripping keys now. No, we got chalk on the lower row. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, right? This is the keyboard. Well, one half of it. This lower row has choke switches where the other ones have MX switches. But that makes sense because of the profile of the keys, right? If those keys were taller, that would be a bit icky. So I see why they did that, right? I would be, well, for £12, I think you're fine. I don't know how many you need. I can't count that high, but I think buying anything from Amazon these days seems to be a little bit sketchy. And this is how you get cancelled from Twitch. This is how you never see a Prime sub ever again. What? Amazon? No. I love the box whites, Londo. I think that's part of the reason that I persisted with this past the pain point. But remember, the box switches you cannot put O-rings on box switches. Not without force and destruction. They're not too bad. I mean, okay, I'm alone in an office in a different room, far away from humanity. So for me, I don't have to be around other people as if I had a choice. So it's different. See, that seems like a bad thing, not a good thing. But if you have Amazon Prime, you can get free, whatever. I don't know how I feel about the whole Amazon thing. I do feel like being on Twitch and slagging off Amazon, that might be a little bit like poking the dude with a gun, right? That makes no sense. That's like saying that a type of shoe and size is something because it's so different. You can't really say that something is... Actually, you know what, D3? I flipping didn't read your message at all. I thought you said something completely different. I should not have stopped though. I thought you said that's the peak of common switches. I didn't see that about. I just read something completely different. I should have just gone with it. I should have just accused you of making some outlandish claim instead, and then strawmanned you to death. Okay, why is this thing happening? Why are we getting an attribute that doesn't exist, right? We delete something. This has to be part... Okay, let's do this thing, right? Let's put a breakpoint here. That was a really bad place to put a breakpoint at. Let's go over here and let's have this thing fall apart on us, right? Process hangover. Oh my. All right, but let's put a breaky point over here. And we're gonna break on Rust Panicky and continue. And then we're gonna go up from here. We're gonna go up, 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 finding the next issue. And here you are. Here you are. Get from tree filter, layout filter. Oh, get the display. Okay, where in the process order are we now? An inner for each, well, aren't you lush and helpful? Okay, hang on, I'm trying to get out of there. I just want to get out of here. Why? It's a many layout, that's what this is. So we're trying to do a layout. Oh man, I do not have that many core archification. O-rings don't work. No, I haven't tried this yet. I'm not invested in it too much. I wanted to try it, but then I realized that no. Box says no. Yeah, if it was between going to MX Blues and having the option of O-rings versus box whites, I'll still stay with box whites. As a matter of fact, whatever the next keyboard I build or get, I will probably choose box switches again. They felt really nice. I might choose box whites, or I might go for something more tactile, but quiet. That reminds me, I'm gonna build a keyboard for my wife at some point. That will probably never happen. All right, so we're calling layout here. We are far into the weeds now, I tell you. Oh my god, how far are we into this? So many. Okay, here we are. Oh shit. Okay, I wonder if we have to swap places between these two. No, that did not fix the issue. Okay, well, I guess that's good in a sense that it's not. Hot damn. All right. It's a little hard to buy. Yeah, anything that has more than a few hundred lines of code's gonna, and some complexity is gonna require that you have less this and more not this. Only 3 mod layers archification? Oh my god. Let me just roll up my sleeves and flex a little for you then, shall I? With your 3 configurable layers. Check out this macro editor. I can even record my macros with the layers. Alright. Add it to the timeline. Pretty good. Macro, let's name this thing. Skills. Save changes. Alright. Then I can just go here into our layout edit. No. Save changes. Layout. Let's pick a key. I'm gonna chuck this skills in there. Nice. Save changes. Pretty good. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? Pretty cool. Fair enough. Alright. 3 layers. I mean, look. We're not paying per layer, right? I can do all this while I'm streaming, right? I can do all this while I'm streaming. Layout editor, color editor. I can even change individual LEDs on the light around this thing, which is why I have my Minecraft layer to make my child happy. Right? Very important. Que muy importante. Con la teclada, no? I don't even know what this is, but I'm super excited because it's beta. Right? Check out the control we have over the keyboard. Battery management. Not sure why it's saying that this thing is 100% because it's still plugged in, but let's not get into that though, right? Saving mode enabled. You have energy savings. You can even adjust the radius signal. The keyboard is wired, Bluetooth, and standard wireless keyboard without the shit of Bluetooth. That's a massive boon. You even have advanced settings, which I have no understanding of what it is, right? Snap, son. This keyboard rules. This Minecraft layer is amazing, isn't it? Just the UI is really cool. All right, let me do a little bit of flexing for you guys while I can, right? All right, while we're at it, because this is gonna be a lot easier to make content out of than actually fixing this bug, all right? Because the bug's rubbish, right? Check this out, right? He's gonna grab this keyboard, okay? Where are you? There you are, okay? Check out this button, right? This button in the top corner here. You can just grab this button, make it red, snap. Make it red, I said. And then pop, button is red. All right, how cool is that? I don't want it red, I want it to be this color. Come on, this color. Oh, you can edit all these. Oh, wow. You can apply the color to the entire underglow as well. Right, like this. Snap. Instant. Programmable. While it is disconnected from any wires, right? And check out that underside, right? Built-in tenting. Got a little module you can plug in the Wi-Fi receiver. Makes it into a Bluetooth keyboard. For those of you out there who made a mistake and bought an Apple iPad. All right. Very cool. And the keyboard is super comfortable to type on as well. Man, I never remember. So these guys asked me, like, can we like have some video of you talking about the keyboard? And I don't know. And I found like a video somewhere, like a snippet in a video, but like this. And I'm like, yeah. And I got like probably half an hour of just content talking about how much I love this keyboard, but I don't actually send any to them, right? Well, Skylar, can you do that? Can you program your keyboard wirelessly? Can you, Skylar? And this is when Skylar discovered that they couldn't. Ooh, that is very heavy though. The thing is, I find this really confusing though, D3, because I bought and put in 35-gram springs in one keyboard, and that was really pleasant. Like, you really could dance over the keys. It had travel, not too much, and the springs were insanely light, but not disgustingly light. So 35 is like the lowest you can go almost, I think. But no, exactly that. It's such a difference, right? So I'm using box white on my switches on this keyboard. On my previous keyboard, I had clickies and then MX Blues on that one. Default, don't let you charge the thing and use it at the same time. Really? Can you change that though? What's the battery life on the Kinesis? Londo, I love it though, right? I can't help. It's just so, to me, it's like we're back to the old buckling spring, or as close as we can get to the buckling spring. It does feel good. I agree with you on that one. I've not tried. So what do I have like a whole tester kit in there, so I don't remember what's in there, right? I think cherry switches are like middle of the road, right? When you get into mechanical keyboard and you decide to be poor for the rest of your life, I think cherry switch is a good place to start. Yeah, I saw the G815 and there wasn't any part of me that actually wanted to touch the keyboard, but conversely and controversially, in this chat only, not in the rest of the world, I will say I actually like the old Apple Mac keyboards. The MacBook Pro from 2013 had a nice keyboard. I like that one. Yeah, I think the spring weight doesn't make sense. They don't make a lot of sense to me, right? Yeah, Londo, I tried your layout. I moved the enter key, but I didn't last long with it. I went back. The thing is, it's really nice to be able to have the microphone between my keyboard halves, but I also hate having the microphone in my face. For some reason, that affects my typing. So if I'm not, I think I had, no, I had bad accuracy today. I had 100 words per minute with bad accuracy today, which means nothing in that case, right? Yeah, I like the old MacBooks, right? I don't like the new ones. So my friend that I have one of came over and hung out. What is that? Black pepper or dirt? We'll never find out. Came over. He had this newfangled stupid Mac with this idiot light bar at the top that was experiencing some technical issues, and it was doing like this disco light show every time we plugged the computer. And I just looked at him and like, is it supposed to do that? But the keys were terrible. Oh my God, they were terrible. It's like, let's sacrifice any kind of ergonomics and comfort, and because there's pleasure in typing, right? Typing can be nice if you can spell, but typing can feel really good. Like when you're in a flow and you're typing. I didn't mind the blog post I typed today, right? It's not really a blog, is it though, right? But anyway, I didn't mind it. I enjoyed typing that, right? But on that keyboard, just to make it a little bit thinner, nah. That would be a pretty boss move. So what I would say, Londo, and this is obviously I don't know. I mean, we can have a look. I know that you can even, let me full screen this biscuit. I can create a keyboard and I can load a file. Let me see if I have like an export here somewhere. I don't know if I do. Nah, okay, this was the thing I didn't want. All right, let's get rid of you. Is there maybe other preferences? Backups. All right. I don't know if I can. I would have thought that you can export this because I can load them. I guess I could use a backup. So that's maybe that's what I could do. So if we were to go into where was the backups? They were in here somewhere. Okay, let's just minimize this a little bit. We don't need all that. So it's gonna be in Digma backups. Let's see if there is anything in there. Oh yeah, there totally is something in there. Yeah, I guess I could just ship one of these files, right? So it allows you and I to share keyboard layouts. So what I would say, Londo, what kind of did me in a little bit with the Moonlander, and that was that I was constantly configuring it. I was using it. I found a situation that I wasn't quite familiar with or happy with. So I went in and configured the keyboard for that situation. But little did I know that pulling a string here would mess up something over here. So I think for my Moonlander, I had like 50 to 100 different configurations going, right? This keyboard, I have touched very little on this keyboard. The changes that I have done that I'm actually, and I'm spending a lot of time with the changes. So the ones that I have done that are kind of relevant to me, they're the layer changes. Forget that. Layer 3 is just media layer. It's to get the curly brackets and to get rid of these keys, right? These keys are kind of hard to reach. I'm still a bit on the fence. Why are you a weird color? Get out of here. There we go. So the equal sign and the minus sign, I think I might have... yeah, it's the equal sign and the minus sign. These are my biggest bugbears, right, with this keyboard. They do, Matt. And this was one of the issues for me with the Moonlander. I'll show you guys this again. I talked about this. And full disclosure, I absolutely love the Moonlander. I just didn't love using it. I love the build quality of it. There was like everything about it was really good. But I didn't love using it. I got a lot of finger fatigue. And that's because the distance to these keys are too far. This red key is just a no-go for me, right? The thumbs are just... I mean, I'm not assaulting the keyboard, right? So this part, this thumb cluster didn't work well for me. This allows you to either... if you have your thumbs close by, then you can use this section of the thumb cluster. Or if you have them like me, a normal human, I'm kidding, then you can use the outer part of the thumb cluster. But I've even disabled, I'm in the wrong layer. I've even disabled some of the keys, right? This is now a layer switch. I forgot that this is a layer switch key. That's what I was supposed to do, right? So I was supposed to start using this key as well. Because I never press enter on this half, right? So I don't use these ones. I don't use these ones. I don't use anything here. So I can program these in if I want to. It's all about getting like comfortable with what feels good for you, right? I have very light. I think I'm on like I'm on the first notch on the tenting on this thing, right? I'm going to try without tenting for a while. Now that I've used tenting for a couple of weeks, I can get rid of the tenting. Because when people look at this thing, a fully decked out DeFi is not cheap, right? It's 600 euros or dollars or whatever monopoly money we use, right? The thing is, one, it's a really cool keyboard. Two, if you buy and you don't like it, you can refund it within 30 days. The only thing you have to pay for is shipping the keyboard back, right? If you don't want to pay as much money as the fully decked out version, then you can get rid of the wireless part and just have it wired. You can get rid of tenting. You can get rid of the underglow. And by the time you got rid of all these things, you're basically down to what a Moonlander is, minus the tenting though, right? But I think the tenting, I don't remember how much the tenting was. I'm trying it without the tenting now and it feels a bit weird, but we're gonna have a look. And have a look at how much the tenting is. I complained about their checkout process to them. I said, this is weird. I don't like that I have to make all these weird changes just to get something. I feel like they're missing half of the word there, but is it going to be the Shopify tracker can piss right off? I don't know what half of these things. Just show me the bloody configuration thing. They're not going to win any awards for their bloody website, are they? My God. Okay, can I do... It doesn't work without JavaScript, does it? No. I don't want... Oh, silver. No, I don't want accessories, okay? I want to build the product. What do you need from me? We'll temporarily trust these things then. TikTok. I don't think so. Come on, there we go, right? So if we get rid of the tenting, see, you can't get here until you do some of these things. And this is what I complained about, right? So no extras, please. No, thank you. So wireless is $90. If we say no to wireless, tenting is $80. So if you think you're really gonna need tenting, you can't add it after the fact. So definitely go with tenting then. Otherwise, you can say no to all this stuff. And underglow, you can say no to that one as well, I guess, right? And then you're only paying $369, which is not only $369, but this is comparable to a this comparable price-wise to a Moonlander. The only benefit on the Moonlander is the built-in tenting that you're missing out, right? Or the wrist pads are great. The wrist pads are magnetic, so you can just take them off. There's like a leathery thing here, and then there's rubber here. All parts are replaceable, right? So if you break something, even if you break the PCB, right? I was on a call with the dude, and it's like, if you spill a cup of tea, happens, into your keyboard, you don't have to buy a new one. You tell us, and you can buy a PCB for like $20 or whatever, right? Oh yes, yes. This is a financial black hole when you get into keyboards, but it's really fun. Oh, you went with silver. Oh man, I was so thinking, should I do silver or not? But then I thought, if I ever have a keyboard camera, which I never will have, because I'll show you guys my passwords. If I ever have a keyboard camera, the black one's gonna look less dirty. So I think I went with the black one. So yeah. All right, we're gonna try this without tenting. This is without tenting. Let's see how this feels if we don't do too many typos. That was a typo. Yeah, this is kind of pleasant. This is kind of pleasant. I don't know how to spell pleasant. Well, I kind of do, but not that well. Oh, we have one typo there, right? It's fine without tenting. I'm gonna use it without tenting for a few days and see how it goes, right? They even have a disassemble video, yeah. So the Voyager was really interesting to me then, because I love low-profile keyboards, low-profile switches. I have a low-profile Ferris sweep with chalk whites on it. And the only reason I wouldn't buy the Voyager, and this is not a case of buy the Digma instead of the Voyager. Absolutely not, right? I'm not even going to link to my promo code just because of that. The Voyager keyboard has too few keys on the thumb cluster, in my opinion, right? You have 2 keys only on the thumb cluster. And even though I don't use everything, I forgot what the name of the software was again. Like, what was the software? Even if I don't use everything on the thumb cluster, I'm still using this much. All right, that's 6 keys on that side and 6 keys on this side. Admittedly, this one just shows the battery level, right? So if I hold this up and I press the battery key, you can see, boop, there's the battery level, right? It's full because it's plugged in. So 6 keys and, okay, 5 keys on this side are relevant. I don't think I could settle for just 2 keys. Especially, and what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 keys across there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 keys. But I don't use these keys. But if I don't have the thumb cluster, I think I would have wanted those keys then. All right. But again, this is all very individual. I have no idea what you think about it. Some kind of music? Can you tell me more about what you like about low profile? I don't get it. Getting inputs. It just feels like you're pressing less. Even though the springs can actually be heavier, it just feels like less travel, less surface. So if you look at these keys, which you can't see because this camera doesn't zoom, right? Well, why don't I just show you? Why don't we just look at the moon lander instead, right? Keyboards in plural now. If you look at the shape of the key, there's a lot of space in between here. I don't think that you have that much space in between these switches. Now, that's obviously down to the caps, but there's also less space between you and the keyboard. It just feels better for some reason sometimes. Sometimes there's something really pleasant about it. Don't get me wrong, my favorite keyboard has been the DC60 V2. That was really nice, and I did not have low profile switches on that one, right? So yeah, I think it's really interesting. You know what I want to try? I want to try the MX super low profile switches. I don't think I'm gonna like them, but I want to try them. All right, the ultra low, that's what they call the ultra low, not super low. So this would be fun to try. Some kind of low profile keyboard. So these ones mounted directly on the PCB, all right? You need some kind of plate to stabilize it. But I would love to try these. I don't think we're going to get them hot swap anytime soon. I got the white version with linear ghost switches and it's wow. Can't no more use tactile typewriter ones. Yeah, it's I really like the look and feel of the low profile stuff. It's just, but I think this is just personal preference. It just sort of resonates with me somehow. It might be super gross. I have no idea what these really, the ultra low one's going to be like, but I do want to try them. It's a very different design, right? But yeah, the reason the Voyager, I can say now after having tried the Digma DeFi that the Voyager is never going to be a keyboard I own. It is too close. It's like a Ferris sweep with a few more buttons. And I know where the Ferris sweep falls short for me, right? I think if you're going for low profile today, Crispy, chalk is most likely what you're going to find. Yeah, the flat keycap, you kind of have to have flat keycaps with low profile switches, right? They kind of go hand in hand, don't they? But honestly, I am so happy with this keyboard. I am happy to pimp this keyboard all day, all night. If I didn't, I wouldn't, right? It literally says that I have to, in the contract with them, that I have to give you my honest opinion. But I love this keyboard. I don't mind disabling the tenting, actually. We'll see how this pans out, right? Maybe the tenting wasn't good for me because the table is pretty high. And like, if you have really aggressive tenting, you might get your keyboard this far off the desk, right? And that's not good. That's not great either, right? I was really interested in the Newfie, but Newfie has made a heinous crime in my book. And that is that they never released an actual 60% low profile keyboard without arrow keys. So if you just type in the word mechanical keyboard, you'll get 1,000,001 keyboards without arrow keys, right? Now, all of these assholes have arrow keys on them, but this is like your classic 60% keyboard. And this is, well, we can't see that one, right? We should probably say mechanical keyboard 60%, right? And we'll get that, right? So this is like your standard 60% keyboard without the arrow keys. This is what most people expect. Okay, that's a bit perverse, but this is what most people expect from a 60% keyboard, I'd imagine, right? Right, this is pretty standard stuff. And then the Newfie does it with arrow keys, and that's just pure plebonics in my... That's a keyboard for a peasant, okay? Arrow keys are for the weak, just so you know. You don't game with arrow keys, do you? Right? You're not that guy. Nah, I'm kidding. If you got a 60% keyboard with arrow keys, I mean, that's all right, man. I'm not going to give you a hard time because you're already doing that to yourself. But this is what every 60% keyboard is in my book, almost. And that's what I like, right? But Newfie had an opportunity to position themselves in the mechanical keyboard market, speaking to enthusiasts, and they do this. What is this? And yet I know that you can configure all of these to act like a shift key, but it's not the same. I built a Nibble 65. I tried it. It was like jamming my fingers in the wall socket. Every time I pushed in between there, it made me a little bit more angry until I stopped using the keyboard, right? So they had a good opportunity, but I think meh. There is no low profile 60% keyboard out there. Low profile. There are games that bind shit to arrows though. Yet, why aren't you saying this in the chat? Wait, you are? Or are you saying that on the Discord as well? What is happening? No? Wait, why did I get that message on my phone? Oh, all right, I give up. Anyway, yeah, but those are clearly terrible games and need to be destroyed. I'm kidding, right? But all of these 60% mechanical keyboard, low profile, they missed the mark. None of them actually went the route of what your average mechanical keyboard enthusiast is gonna like, right? No one went that route. And if you think that there isn't a big market for this, just look at like our mechanical keyboards or whatever. Just search for low profile. You find lots of people asking for this, right? And even these gross bastards did it, right? Even they jammed the bloody arrow keys in there. So with that in mind, I would love to build a low profile mechanical keyboard with chalk white switches that has that 60%, feel. It might be that no one makes the caps for it, right? I mean, these look custom enough, so they probably could have made their own, but I'm guessing maybe that's it, right? Maybe that's it. They don't make the caps. I just like the feel of it, right? I like the feel of low profile clicky switches. I don't know what it is. There is something about it that feels pleasant. Like typing on it feels good. It's like asking someone, "Why do you like pears?" Right? Or "Why do you like banana milkshake?" It's just nice. I don't like banana or milkshake, but still. Yeah, but you still have the arrow keys, and I have to say, of all my mechanical keyboards, the DeFi, the Ferris Sweep, the Nibble, the Back and Echo, the DC60, the DAS keyboard, of all of these keyboards, and my Keychron, The Keychron keyboard is the worst. It is like the most middle of the road, uninteresting thing that you can find. It's like going out asking for the most mediocre thing you can get out of fear for being disappointed. It's never going to excite you. It's never going to do anything. You're never going to form any kind of interesting typing connection with this keyboard, right? I would never rave about a Keychron keyboard the way I would talk about this keyboard, right? I would never say, oh, you know, get Keychron. It's a good introductory keyboard. I don't think it is. I think Keychron is probably the mechanical keyboard that makes people think, mechanical keyboards are right? But you never really get that excitement from a keyboard, right? K11 Max, is this the one that's like an Alice keyboard? Yeah, so I would not buy this. I know it has the and don't get me started on this bullshit, okay? The Bluetooth thing sucks, but we know that. This is super annoying. On my Keychron, this cable or this switch is on the side. And I don't use it frequently enough to remember which one is the on-off switch and which one is the bloody Windows or Mac switch. Why is this even a switch? Why is this on there? All right, just configure that through the software or not, right? It's so weird. I just think it's so middle of the road. Not everybody marries the keyboard. No, but let me ask you a question, Daraka. You have a Keychron keyboard. Do you feel mechanical keyboard enthusiasm, or do you feel like, mechanical keyboards are right, but I'm not interested in getting another one, right? I feel like this is what Keychron does to people, right? They're like the Keychron use is done, right? They're like the middle of the road. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I have one myself. I use it now and then. It's a wireless keyboard I use with the computer upstairs, right? So I can sit in the sofa and watch Twitch, right? I just don't feel like Keychron adds any excitement. It's not going to disappoint you, but it's not going to excite you either. It's like the vanilla ice cream of keyboards, right? You like the ice cream, but there are so many more interesting flavors out there. I think this is the essence, right? You don't care. And well, I can't say that's because you use a Keychron keyboard or not, right? But there is a chance that you would be financially ruined if you would have bought a different keyboard, because maybe you would have gotten really into it. And that's probably a good thing you didn't, right? They claim they partnered with some vendors, and the victims try to get warranty service from said vendors, and vendor has to inform them they have a counterfeit. Really? There's nothing wrong with liking your Keychron. There's nothing wrong. I don't like chocolate ice cream, okay? I know I'm some kind of heathen who should be murdered for saying that. I don't like chocolate ice cream. I don't find it interesting. A lot of chocolate ice cream I've tasted in my life has been like chalky and bad quality chocolate. Some of it has been too bitter. Some of it has been too sweet. I have never had chocolate ice cream that's made me feel I want to buy more chocolate ice cream. And I love buying ice cream that isn't vanilla, right? I like pistachio. I eat bloody licorice ice cream in some countries, right? I like varying flavors of ice cream, right? Go Denmark, right? But chocolate ice cream is not for me. Vanilla is always going to be okay. So what's the point of this thing, right? A Keychron is vanilla. It's going to be okay. You're not going to be disappointed, but you're also not going to be excited. You're not going to be like, wow, this keyboard is so far beyond anything I've used before, right? I am actually invested in a keyboard. And I've also heard people have different experience with the Keychrons, right? Mine, like I said, very much middle of the road, right? I turn it on, I use it now and then, I get pissed off with the Bluetooth, and I get on with it, right? Gorg, someone who used to hang out with us a lot more in the past, he bought a Keychron roughly the same time as I bought mine. And he got his factory lubed, sounding and feeling pleasant. He was really happy with his, right? And he was really into his Keychron keyboard, right? Yeah, I don't want you to feel like I'm having a go at you for liking your Keychron, right? That's not it, right? But I'm sitting here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many mechanical keyboards, and I can say the Keychron is the least interesting of any of them, right? Except for the pocket type keyboard. That one is definitely not a keyboard I want to use on a daily basis, right? No, but I think that speaks for Keychron. But on the flip side of that, Tanaka, mechanical keyboards are a horrible time and money sink. They are like a financial black hole where you're constantly looking at not in stock, not available, group buy. It's just literally terms. You don't know the term group buy until you get into mechanical keyboards. And now that's a word that triggers you because you look at something, you say, wow, that's really nice. I want that. And you look up, oh, group buy or out of stock, expected second quarter in 2048. So I'll be dead by then. Come on. The Full Metal case. I don't know which one I have, but I wouldn't buy this keyboard, right? I would buy an Alice keyboard instead, right? And I'm gonna guess that an Alice keyboard is cheaper than this, right? I mean, okay, it's close to a Q8 and a Q11, right? That's also something about Keychron, right? You guys, have you looked at mechanical keyboard? Of course you look. Let's go to mechanical keyboards. Mechboards.co.uk, right? So this is a good enough site if you want to build something like a Ferris sweep or whatever. You got some gear to build and solder things. Look at this thing, right? You got some equipment to build a keyboard. This is a great site, right? You can buy kits and the whole thing, right? If we go and look in the world of 1665, which is what I like. I built this keyboard, right? This was a really fun build. But again, arrow keys, right? So all of these keyboards, they have interesting names. They do interesting things. They look interesting. Keychron's idea of interesting is adding a number after the letter Q. Okay? That speaks volumes, I think. Okay? It's not like entirely dumb names like Razer Flip or like I don't know what they're called, right? Like gamer keyboards have like this like Thunder 12,000 or whatever it is. Although if a keyboard was called Thunder 12,000, I would probably buy it. But still, right? They just have weird names and different styles, and there's so much variety out there. And I feel like, ooh, all right. I know there was a tofu. Okay, I was hoping for the 60% one, right? But they're expensive. They're really expensive, these things. Once you get into it. Oh yeah. And of course, sold out, right? Group buys. Everything in here is going to be delicious and fun looking. And you'll be like, wow, I want to get on board with this thing. What is that? Well, you're not going to see this for 2 years. By the time this thing comes out, you would have forgotten about it, right? The Mark? What is that? Anyway, there's a lot of really exciting stuff that's kind of bizarre and funny. Oh, look at that. That looks like a... Oh, no, I don't like that. I want the ANSI thing, right? Anyway, yeah, there's the world of mechanical keyboard. Oh my God. If you feel like you possess too much money, there's a place for you right there, right? Exactly. Sold out, group buy, and overpriced. Can't argue with that. There's a Norwegian company that makes keyboards, mechanical keyboards, right? Norwegian mechanical keyboards. And these guys, Keychron, is it this thing? Where's the bundles, right? Because you're going to buy a bundle. You want JavaScript, do you? Okay, that was... Oh, no, so you can want more JavaScript. Come on, man. All right, forget about it then. But the... All right, we can't even look at the bundles, can we? All right, let me just grab this and put it in a browser that doesn't have the same amount of restrictions. All right, so bar everything being out of stock... Oh, they don't even show you the cost of the bundles anymore. But you're looking at like $400-500 for one of these 60% mechanical keyboards, right? And like that's like the plate can be insanely expensive. Yeah, keycaps. We're not even talking switches and keycaps at this point. We're just talking PCB, stabilizers, case, and some foam, right? Ooh, what does Kibio have? What do they have to offer? I'm not sure I've seen this before. I don't tend to look too much at fuck off at American companies, but okay. I'm guessing these are kits, right? Interesting. What's the 6040? Why is there a 60? How does that 6040 make sense? Right? Yeah, let's have a look. This is such a financial black hole. And you can check things that are in stock, right? But this looks like okay, everything changed. This looks like these people would sell a sweep or something like it, right? Or a corn. I haven't built a corn yet. That is very expensive. I mean, why am I saying that? The whole thing is very expensive. So this thing, though, this thing looks very similar to a Voyager, okay? I think I'm going to keep going without tenting for a while. They look a little bit similar. Okay, the Voyager has the key even further. I would say that this is better than the Voyager then, because it doesn't have the key down here. This just looks like such an uncomfortable stretch, right? These keys, I don't know what's going on there. That seems a bit bizarre, but that's $40. You're going to have to build this yourself. But it's $40, right? The Voyager is not $40, okay? Can we get the Voyager keyboard? Can we get a price for this thing? Buy now. Are you gonna be as terrible as everything else? It's gonna be in the hundreds of dollars, right? Hundreds of dollars. Extra thumb keys in this pocket. What does these things do, though, right? So many keycaps. But yeah, I'm guessing this thing's gonna be around $300-400, especially with shipping, right? Mechanical key. Yeah, I looked at this thing for an ortholinear keyboard, a 60% ortholinear. It was Christoph that actually made me look at this. I almost bought one. Man, I should really get a keyboard for the missus, shouldn't I? All right. What a financial black hole it is. Yeah. Oh, and for you, that's gonna be even worse. But I wonder if the Glove 80, because that's a little bit closer to home for you, right? The Glove 80 might have sensible shipping and return policies for you, maybe. Keybio, good and all that price. It wasn't too bad, but there's going to have to be, my next keyboard is going to have to be something in low profile. Wow, Themportus, whose name I cannot pronounce all of a sudden, to help fund your keyboard habit. My goal is to get a stupid video done so I can buy DaVinci Resolve so I can actually make 4K videos that no one needs to see. And that's really helpful because this camera only outputs 1080p, but still. Yeah, so Glove 80 is going to be, it's not going to be near you, but it's going to be in Kiwi pounds though, right? I think it's really fun to build keyboards. It's really fun. Thank you so much, Temporis. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's super nice of you. Thank you so much. It's nice. I am in inability to talk all of a sudden. RSC complete build is probably 220, so not cheap, but cheaper than Voyager. Both are solid though. Yeah, I think. So you have the upmarket keyboards like the Moonlander, the Voyager, the Digma DeFi, the Ergodox. Let's not forget Ergodox, right? The predecessor to the Moonlander. These are like upmarket split keyboards, right? And then you have things like the Build It Yourself, the Ferris Sweep, the Little 58, the Corn. And I have a Corn kit sitting on a shelf here, right? Yeah, and then like if you want to sort of hack at your own thing, it's not expensive at all. You can put together a Ferris Sweep, probably without switches and caps though, right? For $30-$40, right? A Ferris Sweep is not expensive. 2 controllers, that's going to be like £9-10. The PCBs and shipping, right? It really is, right? The Ergodox keyboard has been around, but it feels... Oh, it doesn't feel anything to me. I haven't tried it, but it looks so clunky. Compared, right? It looks clunky today compared to things like the Moonlander and these keys, right? It just feels big, right? It feels like a big keyboard. I don't think I would have picked this over the Moonlander. I know that Hardliner did. That's quite nice looking. Man, oh, what a time sink and financial black hole this is, right? What are you using these days, Crispy? Oh, bastard keyboard. Now we're into some perverse designs. I have the skeletal from here, but these are some funky kits, all right? These are some really funky kits. This is what I have, all right? I feel guilty because I still haven't configured it, but then you have the trackball and all this stuff, right? But these are very bespoke. Like, you gotta know what you want when you go here. A White Fox and the Soulful. Oh, no, sorry. I read these two. The color of the names, right? White Fox. What does that look like? Silence. Someone's working in public. Or maybe you got the ladies around and you don't want to impress them with your clicks. Look how fast I'm typing, baby. Are you impressed now? Yeah. Where are we at then? How now did I end up in a bug of a similar vein, right? The Kono store. Let's have a look. Live sales. A group buy. Oh, no. All right, we're just going to click on keyboards. Let's have a look, see if we can find the White Fox. Okay. Well, bar the oh, it's free. I'm guessing that this is... Okay, so the case... Hang on, you have low profile cases for these things. I got a low profile for mine. That's the case. That's not the switches or anything for my DC60. So is this with... Really? That's cool. %68%. No. Oh, does it come with caps as well? So this should not be underestimated. If you have a programmable keyboard or a keyboard with layers, RGB lights or lights of some kind is very useful. Some kind of visual indicator that you're on a different layer is very good. Yeah, okay, very good. On Master, really? So other than the arrow keys, this isn't too bad. I mean, I just don't want this section of the keyboard, but I guess that's fine, right? It actually looks like a quite nice keyboard. A Mojo. I'm not seen these guys before. What? H sounds familiar, but I feel like this is an experiment. Clicky tactile. You can get the box whites in there. Oh dear, oh dear. What a dangerous road we've gone down. Get out of here. Get out of my head, Charles. Okay. Yeah, so it kind of went a little bit awry, the whole thing, with the keyboard, but here we are, right? Let me just fix my brain a little. Okay, so we have a bug, and the bug sucks. It prevented me from flexing by writing an H-top replica in under half an hour, but you know, we're gonna do it. Thank you, Casale. Did I pronounce that right? I don't know why I asked. There's no way you're gonna pronounce anyone's username on Twitch right anyway. This is what happens when you start looking at the keyboard. It consumes everything. Oh yes. Just flew down and got a 52 with 100% accuracy. Nice. Nice, Londo. Was. Poop. Okay. I think I don't think so we just took away tenting, so I don't know how my typing is gonna go. All right, well, we're already off there. That was terrible accuracy. What do you want? What do you want? I've finished typing. What do you want? There are no more letters to type. All right. Ugh, yeah. No. Not good. Nah. Test invalid accuracy 33%. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Now, bad accuracy, bad accuracy. We're not gonna get into it too much. Well, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raider. But Crispy, it's not how fast you type, it's how good it feels to type, alright? I don't think people who don't use mechanical keyboards think about how nice it is to type, right? Okay, can we figure out what the deal is though with the thing here, right? No, it really doesn't. No, it's not even that, Crispy. It's just like, it just feels good to type. Tell you what though, those of you in the chat, before we move on, who are into keyboards and those of you who are not into keyboards, think about this. Have you ever been away from your computer and thought, I wish I was at my computer typing something, right? That is a good mechanical keyboard, all right? I want to be at my computer typing, all right? Before mechanical keyboards, that thought had never occurred to me. You got some white chocks for the bottom row. Nice. Nice. Yeah, there's chocks on the bottom row, which is an interesting move. I wish I was riding my track. Well, you got GCC there. You track the pilot. Okay. Why is this thing failing? I actually don't struggle too much going up to my laptop. I am more keen to sit down here than to be up in the sofa with the laptop these days, but my only struggle with the laptop is the fact that the bottom left key is Control, not Shift. You can't complain, you have to suffer it. Hello again, Cassell. Okay. So should we try to figure out where these things are coming from now? Maybe Caseo has a split keyboard. Might not have a Mac keyboard. There you go, right? So should we figure out where this attribute issue is coming from then, right? So we end up with widgets that don't have attributes. But that sounds to me like we're trying to fetch a widget that doesn't have... The widget doesn't exist anymore, but the attributes have not been updated yet. Maybe that's it. So that's why I thought that maybe we can do one, like apply something before. And I gotta remember that we have this dodgy remove, right? So apply changes. I think I did move this thing down here after everything, down to here, and that still didn't fix it. So it would have cleared up any attributes and anything before we got there. And I think that still caused the issue. Yeah. So that was not that was not the thing to fix. Or that was not the fix. Good for you, Caseo. It's a fine operating system. So we're not going to chase a bug. Oh, someone redeemed a game doll, right? So let's do a game doll classic, which we might have done today. If you haven't done game doll classic and you're interested in it, then look away now until I say otherwise. Otherwise. All right, so we've done the classic one, so we have to do a unlimited one. I can't flatten the layout because that makes no sense. Okay, this looks like Uncanny Valley or Siberia. Should we try Uncanny Valley? That does not exist. Siberia is too dark for that. Okay, so it's neither. All right. Wow, this feels like I've played this game. Silent Hill? Snap. All right. Okay. So it's not about applying the changes. So where does it fall flat? I think what we could do is we can just make something up, all right? This is going to be pop somewhere. There we go, right? It's going to be a result of this thing. So if we do this for I in 0 to 5, and we get rid of this thing, and we make a new one. Actually, we're going to do this. I'll do all of this, all right? Thank you for the follow, Caseo. All right, and then here we're just going to say name into and then disk usage. That could just be 0 into. We're just doing this to get the error message. This should generate the same error. Yes, it does, right? And then, of course, why even bother, right? We can just make that into 1, right? Thank you for the raid, Caseo. We don't need more raids today. I think we're good. Yeah, so we're good by just having one of them causing the issue. So at this point, we can now try to... Well, we need to reduce as much noise as possible. So we're going to take all this out. So all we have is that. Don't need that. We can probably get rid of that and that and that. And that. And that. And that. Okay, so this is what's causing the issue, I believe. We're going to take all of this out. How's it going, Gandalf? Oh no, it didn't. Huh. Okay. Well, this was bizarre, wasn't it? Oh, is it because we're stuck in an infinite loop, maybe? So if we take this out... No. Damn. So why is this happening with the timer? I hate Mondays. Is this Garfieldian? Oh, it's a very strange Garfield. Okay, I'm confused. Also, really, we could have done a plus here instead. And just add the date, this thing. And if it's larger than the frequency, then if it's less than the frequency, then we return. And then here, we're going to set this to duration 0. But the outcome is the same. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, I thought you meant like flattening the tree. And I'm like, not doing that, man. That's like a massive undertaking to do. But then I'm with you. I'm not playing a game, Kasale. I am programming. Okay, so every element has an attribute, but it's not showing anything. This is so bizarre. Maybe we can get this to trigger on key press instead. Let's bring the key press event in there. I'm working on a library for... Oh, man. Okay. Where's my phone? Okay. I'm working on a UI layout project for terminal applications. What will this do if we do this on key press instead? So we have to enable these though. Okay, so it still fails here. And I think that has a timing for it. I think it's not the timing, sorry. That is the issue. It's doing this that is the issue. So we're popping back, and it should have nothing to do with the order of things. No, that would have made me livid. It's strange that there is no clear. I feel like that should be a pretty big... There has to be a way to clear a collection. The reason we can't just clear is because we have to have access to all of the subs that are available to the various items in there. So we have to do a more convoluted way of doing this thing, right? But there should still be a way to just drain the entire list, right? There has to be something for it. No, empty creates a new value list. So maybe empty should be called new, and we can add a clear function. But yeah, How large are the wigs, Gandalf? Like, let me talk to them. I'll fix this for you. Because this is something that needs fixing. We don't need any of these things. Then we can really go back to having this thing. So I think what is happening here is that we kind of get stuck in this tick loop without progressing, which is very strange because according to the runtime, that shouldn't be the case. There's the pull duration, and then we do the event handle. Oh, we're not dealing with ticks for this one. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. No, we have the delta time here. That's why. Taking the components should not do expensive things, but there's nothing we can do to prevent that. All right. Anyway, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. So it's not about the changes or the future. All right, we figured out the first one. We just have to figure out the second one now. All right, that did not take long to get comfortable with again, right? Hello? It didn't break. Oh, right, because I didn't actually run the code. Dang it. No, this one has to be solved now. I don't think this is an issue. No, because we're not doing anything. We need to bring this in for it to crash. Bosh. So, really, what we should be doing is not what we're doing. We shouldn't drain the list and then push a bunch of new processes on there. However, it should still be possible to do this, even if this is not the most efficient way of doing something. So it should still be possible to do that. Oops. No, whatever you're saying. Okay. And break, and then we're just gonna go all the way up. So there's an update that is not taking effect. I was so sure this was gonna do something with the update system. Yeah. All right. This is just part of the layout step. There's nothing. Yeah. Maybe this should come in a different order. So the layout is the last thing that happens. The cleanup should happen before the layout. So we're doing it in this order. I didn't change anything, but I wonder if that's the right thing to do. Because applying the changes is what's going to result in these things being changed. Oh, baby, that is knackered. Okay, widgets needs to be fixed. Let's see where this is broken. Loops 317. Okay. Okay, so this thing's gonna need components. So let's go to floating widgets. And I think that's what we're gonna put here. Oh, hang on to your sockets. How did we get a component registry in there? Ah, right. We actually have one that needs to go in. Test run 113. I bet this is a component registry as well. Yeah. Come on, uppercase R. Ooh, this is gonna be a lot, isn't it? Well, we better fix it then. Okay, there's no empty for components. Probably new. Okay, so you want components. Okay, back to loops again. This is arduous, but we've introduced something that didn't go through testing, so eep. This is probably also a component registry, don't you think? Of course it is. What is this quick action thing that keeps bothering me? Alright. Never mind that. Thank you for the follow, Moses. Okay, will this test run? It's like we're fixing one and breaks another and then back again, right? It's just on and on, right? Let's make sure that components comes after floating widgets, and they are doing that. Yeah, okay. Back to loops again. I mean, come on, Russ, sort your shit out. Back to 113 again. It's like, it's just back and forth, right? This thing's gonna need components as well, so we're just gonna whack that at the bottom of this thing. Okay, we're done with that. So control flow 107. We're gonna have to chuck some components at this again. That means that this guy becomes component registry. And then we're gonna have components here. Fiddlesticks. Okay, so we have to bring this in to scope. Okay, Fuerte, why? Why are you constantly bouncing me back and forth here? Just bring it all in one place. Cargo T, please. There we go. All right, so now we should be able to chuck a test all. Nope, still broken. Default widgets is now broken. Okay, right. We can deal. We can deal. Floating widgets. Components. Okay, let's make sure we don't actually have components as well. We do have that there, so that is going to become component registry. And where's the floating widgets in all of this? That becomes components. All right, if you have floating widgets here, we have to have component here as well. So creating a test instance in here somewhere. It's a bunch of blah. Not seeing it. Here we are. Okay, we're good. This should be it, right? Go on for it. Go for it. I mean, Chronix, go for it. Yes, that looks pretty good. Distract away, Chronix. If you don't want to get distracted and you're streaming on Twitch, I think you got your priorities wrong. Especially if you have the chat on screen. Look at all these beautiful passing tests. All right, so we're happy-pappy over there. But we still have the issue of this thing doing the thing with the thing. When we remove a value from the widget, we're associating a widget ID nothing, Chronix. I know nothing of return-oriented programming. I've never even heard the phrase before. So I'm guessing that was a short conversation. Gone down a massive rabbit hole. It's does it hold any value other than educational though? It's not here. What kind of widget are we operating on that is breaking? Okay, let's see if we can find that out. Stack Overflow vulnerabilities. Are you talking about stack smashing and overwriting the return pointer on a stack frame? Ah, well, okay. In that case, I know a little bit of what you speak, but not enough to hold a conversation about it. Other than the fact that you overwrite the return pointer of the program to point to the code you want to execute instead, right? Well, then, that's a problem. Okay, so we have a widget kind element that... So this thing exists because it's coming out of the tree, but we have deleted the attribute. Okay, what if we never clean up the attributes? I mean, that's obviously a terrible thing to do, but would this prevent the bug? It does. This makes me think that there's something awry with the generational stuff. Does a key have a generation? It does. Bounce check how? Well, I mean, bounce check on vectors, yes, but on your stack frames, I don't know. It's weird to hear the phrase bounce checking in terms of a stack frame, but I don't know. Maybe it's a common terminology. I honestly don't know. Okay, this boggles the mind because we are removing something here. You ghoul. That's fair enough, you're safe. I appreciate that we are being honest about not knowing things. Makes conversations easier. Damn, I messed up. I've messed up, damn it. Good work, Dawson. Oh, you watched it, Joseph, and it is. I based the video on this code. I see what the problem is. I am using... So how this wasn't a bug before is beyond me. Messing up is glorious in Rust. You can overwrite stack pointers in Rust though. Okay, I have figured out what I need to do. Hey, you there. This has to be a generational slab for attributes and all the other things you are associating with elements / widgets because they are Gen 2. All right, there we go. So if we're going to temp and we do cargo stacky. Oh yeah, I think I prefer not to use tenting, even though tenting kind of felt comfortable. I don't know, right? Let me see how we can do this now. I don't remember this now. So we want to overwrite some value on the stack. And we can do this by let me see how we can do this. I know I'm looking at the keyboard. There's no numbers in there. Ah, bounce check, get out of here. Okay, so we're already doing something super dodgy here. That's super nice of you to say, Dawson. That makes me all warm and fuzzy on the inside. And in my armpit. There you are. That one's for free. Yeah, I'm going through my t-shirts and wearing the ones I like for the last time. Yesterday was my Vim t-shirt. Now it's my CSS Engineer Certified t-shirt. So you're not going to see this one again. So now we have passed in a value. I have Dawson OnlyFans content. There, so like you can tell the neck is so loose on this thing because I put this thing when I'm drying my head. Sometimes I would just pull a t-shirt over, even though I have like a towel on my head. I'll put the t-shirt over and just pull the towel out, and that ruins the neck. Only bits. So okay, we have a pointer to a stack value now that we shouldn't have. And if we, I don't remember. So we've already lost, right? Because we're doing something nefariously dumb here, right? Hello? The children. Of which there are more than one. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, let's get back. Okay, I can't remember how we can do anything fun with this thing. So let me just delete this for now. So what happens, Yusuf? Like this. When we have a value in our when we reuse memory, right? So that's like the whole point of this thing, right? So this is going to be our widget tree, okay? And we're going to put a couple of widgets in here. We're going to do 3 widgets. Like so, right? We have 3 widgets in the tree, right? So we're going to start off with an index of 0, 1, 2, okay? Then we remove this value, okay? And if you remember from the generational slab video, we are still writing data into this thing, right? So we don't shift these values up. If we shifted this guy up, he wouldn't be on index 2 anymore. He'd be on index 1. So anything that points to index 2 would become invalidated, right? So when we take this guy out of the tree, right, we're leaving a little value in there, right? But this value has now gone from generation 0 to generation 1. Perpendicular to this fine tree, we have all the attributes for these widgets, okay? So these attributes for these widgets, this is now pointing to this thing, and these are not generational. So we take this one out. Again, we're leaving this sort of sentinel or this placeholder value in there for the attribute. That was very crooked. Sorry. All right. But they do not have generations. So when we go and insert this guy in here, my eyes are making everything blurry. Sorry. So we insert this thing in here. We've inserted a value, or we're trying to get a value from here with the wrong generation. So these aren't, so the old attribute values have been removed. Wait, I'm making a really big hash explaining this thing. Let me just roll this back and undo what I just said. Let me undo what I just said. Okay, so step 1, we're gonna do this in frames, okay? So frame 1, we have, we're gonna draw an E up here because that's the element, okay? Okay, and we're gonna draw an A here because these are attributes. Sounds good, Dawson. Sounds good. So these are elements going down, and these are attributes. And we're starting off by having all of these filled, right? We've generated 3 attributes and three elements, and subsequently 3 attributes attached to these elements, right? So they're all attached to each other here, right? These attributes associate that element, right? Right? Okay. So this is part of the runtime, right? These are all going to be part of the same frame, but they're going to be steps in the runtime. The next step is to remove the widget, this widget, right? That's still an element. So let's just grab this guy and whack it over there. And this guy and whack it over there. There you go, right? So we are removing, let's do this. We're removing this value. Okay, now this value is gone. And what happens after we remove the value is we say everything that has been removed goes into a collection. And we drain that collection. And then we remove a bunch of other values, right? So this widget has been removed, but the index for this value has been added to the collection of things to be removed in the next step. Okay? So then we get to the next step, which is down here. And in the next step, we go, oh, look, we have inserted another widget here. So we're going to put a widget there, right? Now we get to the step when we're going to drain all the removals. So we remove the attribute for that widget. Even though this attribute should technically have a different generation, but we're only looking at the index. So we end up removing this guy, leaving this value in place, of course. That is cursed. That's because we have no way of looking at the generation. We just go, well, surely there should be an attribute here. No more, because this is in the remove list. So there's two ways we can deal with this. One, we can see if the widget still exists and if we've overwritten the attribute, or we have to introduce generations here as well when we do things. So we should be able to observe the removal of an element that has been added. All right, so I wrote this nonsense here, but we're going to go back to the lib here. So here we're applying the changes, which can result in creating more widgets. But we still have the removed widgets in here. So we still have these removed ones. And when we get all... it's a double end iterator. This is part of the tree. Yes, it is. So the value ID is going to point to... It's going to point to the value in the tree. So we could ask the tree if it contains the key before we remove it. So we need to know if the attribute storage is writing... If we do an insert, is this going to overwrite an existing value with an insert at? Okay, so the first thing we can check is if this thing overrides an existing value, then we've verified what we've discovered. Yes, that is correct. I don't normally do that. It's not very efficient to remove a value X and then insert a value X, but I hacked something together and it should be possible. So in my defense, by not being a shit program, no, I'm kidding. It's total shit what I've done. Okay, so we can do this now, right? We can do this by getting the... Where's the insert? Here, if the value is occupied, this here is what should happen. And if we end up here, we can't put a breakpoint there, then we know that is what's happening. Because we're just replacing the value, we're not taking it out and inserting a new one at a different generation. Hello, Rithel, how you going? How are you progressing in life, son? It has been a while. What have you been up to? How's school? Are you staying in the gym? How you doing? So now we need to pop in here. Adulting. You'll be fine. Don't stress about it. Where in the runtime are we? We're in the store in a basic slab on line 117. store slab, basic, 100 and something around here, was it? Yeah, here. Okay, let's see. There it goes. 1 second. Oof. I see. Oh, good work. Are you making good progress? You don't have to share what your progress is. Are you making progress? Are you happy? Is it filling you with a calm? Definitely not staying in the gym. Very good. I'll open this on in an off screen because it's Instagram. Oh yeah, I can see the dude. Good work, man. Oh, check you out. Oh man. That's good effort, dude. That's good effort. Oh, you dropped some kilos too, mate. Good work. Have you moved gym as well? Nice, nice. Very good. There was an issue with my older gym. Yeah, it didn't look as nice as this one. Very good. Very good, mate. Good work. So what we have to do here is we have to make sure that either the value doesn't... I'm so happy to see this breakpoint hit exactly after 1 second too. So we know it's on the tick. Oh, that is beautiful. That's very good. Very good. I lost 5 kilos, but that's not because I wanted. That's because of life. So I'm trying to put on weight. Anyway. Okay, so right. What do we do? Do we change this to a generational slab and that's it? We could do that. Oh man, I leave home on no days and I'm back home again at every day. I know what you mean. I'm just staring at this breakpoint because I'm so chuffed we found it. Your developer community is open. All right, cool. See, now I'm going to hold you to this, Rithel. All right. If I don't see you now for a couple of days, I'm gonna qualify that you just wanted to pimp your community now in my chat, okay? But not be part of our community, all right? There's some etiquette here, son. There's some etiquette here, son. All right, so occupied value. Twitch is blocked on uni Wi-Fi. How do they expect the students to learn anything then? I don't understand this reasoning, Rithel. Are you settling in with school though? Are you feeling like school is doing all right? They don't. It's tatty, mate. It's tatty. All right. Are you settling in? I remember last year or earlier, was it earlier this year? Things weren't so great. Accumulate them textbooks, man. Should we have a look at what this thing looks like in a generational context? Because this is a basic slab. Let's have a look at the store. Oh, this one does not look at the generation, does it? No, this is not insert at. This is an insert. There is no insert at. Damn. 8 to 4 classes on 2 days, non-stop, 8 to 1 on the rest. Yeah, keep going, mate. Keep going. You get to be done with it at some point, right? And then you can relax before you have to head out into the work life. It can be a little bit beans. Oh man, there is no insert ads here. Okay, maybe it's cheaper to just check if the value exists with a given generation before we ditch it. Because no, we're not storing it. By all means, yeah. How long are you home for then? Are you home for like a period, or are you just gone back home for a bit now? As in you've been home over the weekend kind of thing? All right, fair enough. All right, that's not too bad. Huh. We do store the widget ID. Okay. Oh, you got a license. Nice. Although driving a motorbike in India can go itself. There is no way. I've seen how you guys drive. I've seen Indian traffic. Okay. Should we look at this? Should we look at like a traffic intersection in India? All right. Should we look at this? India driving. All right. Yeah, right. Although this isn't the worst I've seen. This isn't the worst I've seen. Oh man. First video. You wanna get on a 2-wheeler around there? I mean, rubber side down, mate, but I don't see much of a chance of that happening, right? Although I don't feel like this video does it justice. All right. This is just insane, man. This is why would you make a video like this? Like, no one wants to see your flipping traffic rules in this font here with the subscribe button and then a tiny little window with no video. Okay, this is not in India though, but damn son. No, ain't gonna happen. All right, we got that down pat. Yeah, it's a very Wild West, isn't it? No, I don't think I mean, I've ridden a motorbike in Paris. I think that's bad enough. Spain is generally really nice. The traffic can seem intense, but it's really nice. Italy is not as bad as people make it out to be. I think Italy was like no issues. Paris, France, man. That's the scariest place to drive in, right? Fucking taxi drivers are trying to kill you all the time. Oh, Royal Enfield, right? You're going for 350, man. Yeah, I used to have one of these. A black one of these, a grey one of these is what I used to have. 1100cc. This thing was so freaking nice. Did we not have the grey one? I had the oh yeah, no, this one has the double pipes. This is such a lovely bike, man. But I don't think this thing is useful in the traffic you speak of, right? I think this is great for touring, like driving far, and is really comfortable. If you're going like small traffic and stuff like that, then yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is any Street Fighter. Like I said, 750 Quack is gonna be better than what I just showed you. So this is like a cool bike, and I'm guessing this thing there's a lot of mechanical parts of this thing, and not all that high-tech bullshit that is impossible to fix yourself. So you should have a bike that you can fix yourself, right? A 350 for traveling 12 kilometers is fine, right? Generation will give you the option to check if the value has been changed within the frame. So yeah, actually, we can probably do this. Thank you for sending me back to what I was doing. We can probably check this thing here. Where is the... So before we remove the key, we can check if the key exists inside the tree. Only do this if the key exists in the tree with the same generation. You didn't. I haven't seen you in ages. That's pretty good. Yeah, a lot of start stops gonna take it down. In Denmark, Ipswich, all tried it. Tried what? Was it Denmark that tried doing away with traffic lights and intersections? Huh, interesting. I mean, some places I lived in, traffic lights have been a suggestion, right? So it kind of makes no sense, but it makes sense. Right, sort of like culturally, the first time I was crossing the road in one of these places, I'm like, what's happening? It's like, it's red, but people are driving. But people drive if it's red, if there is no reason to stop in some countries. In some countries, orange means go now, quickly, or don't you dare trying to stop, right? Nice. A kind of laptop. Is it like a desktop and a car battery, right? It's like, here you go, son. Okay, so if the key exists in the tree with the same generation, so if tree dot values dot contains key. So if it does contain it, then continue. Yeah. If we do this, if the tree contains the key, but with a newer generation, then the removal should not happen. That's really what it's saying. As this means the value was replaced. Okay, so how do we express this? If the tree contains the key, but with a new generation. It is cat person. Oh damn! I don't know if I have a couple of hours in Milan though. What about cat person? What are you up to, buddy? Are you streaming tonight? I'm already flaking out. I'm just gonna try to fix this though, right? Beep. Okay, if the tree contains the key, okay, so we just do this thing, right? 3 dots, lol, and we'll fix this thing. So the first thing we're gonna do is do so is this a generational slab, right? So we need like a generation mismatch. I am, but in a couple of hours. Wow. Okay. No, but I can raid you, Londo, instead. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. It's one of those community rules that we can't allow other people to post to go live notifications, because otherwise I have to let everyone do it, right? How much food is on the way? Oh man, is it curry though? I could go for a vindaloo with a coma chaser, man. Cakes, holy, okay. Welcome, Raiders. How you doing? How you doing? How's the stream? I saw the no backseating. Tag on your stream today, Kegs. Did you have enough? Very good stream. I am having so far a good one. Thanks. Yeah. All right. Okay. So should we try to get a little bit of energy in here, right? So we're on the cusp of solving the final bug that is going to hopefully get us to be able to use this library in a bit. And what happened was I wrote a process monitor or an HTOP alternative, which is clearly not as good, but I wrote it in less than half an hour using this library and another library. And it was fast, but I found a bug in doing so, right? Phil, thank you so much for the sub. How you doing, Phil? Thank you. What's with the skill issue in the background? It's part of my YouTube setup. It's for my YouTube videos. It's got shitty batteries in it, so I'm saving the batteries for when I'm trying to record my next video. Which again, I haven't figured out what that's gonna be yet. I have a live skill issue. So my YouTube channel there's 2 of them. Let me find out where they are. I should know my own YouTube channel, shouldn't I? So these are the 2 YouTube channels that I have, right? This and this. Those are the ones. So the live one is on right now. Obviously, that's where I have my streams and bots and stuff, right? Because there's no time limit, right? Almost got COVID. No, almost. Oh, but yeah. Oh, that sucks beans, mate. Yeah, I had it, man. Did not enjoy it. Totally overrated. I don't understand why everyone keeps talking about COVID all the time. It sucks, man. Why would you want that? That sucks, man. I don't envy that one. Yeah, I read that as a comma for some reason, or whatever. Not a comma. As a almost I got COVID is how I read it, like an idiot. Oh, Phil, Polish rice cakes. They're good. I discovered them the other day, and like Snacker Jacks. If you guys know what Snacker Jacks is, right? Snacker Jacks are right. But Polish rice cakes, they're a little bit more solid. They don't seem to suffer they don't get like mushy in no time like Snacker Jacks does, right? All right, Ritha, thanks for hanging out. How long did it take me to recover? Oh, it varies, right? I think I've had COVID twice. So the first one was like this. It was like a really annoying, dragging out cold. It was a bit heavier than a cold, but it didn't floor me, but it left me unwell enough to be productive, to not be fully productive. So it was mostly annoying. Is that what your experience, Phil? That you're not sick, so you're bedridden, but you're not well enough to do a bunch of things. I have poked at it with a stick. I would recommend Temporis. He knows a lot more about WGP. He can draw upside down triangles and everything with it. So this took me a while to recover from, but yeah. How long have you had it for, Phil? If you can split an array into a head and tail using pattern matching, this is so Haskell. Oh yeah, you totally can. Hello, collector of stuff. What a cursed emote that is. Since Friday, but Saturday and Sunday were really, really bad. Yeah, I feel like maybe that's it, right? And then now it's just gonna drag out and be annoying for like a week. That's sort of how I remember it. I didn't have COVID last time I got sick, but I ended up having to get like a steroid inhaler because of my lungs, though. I was sure it was COVID almost, but it wasn't. Rona, I felt like a pile of S on Friday and Saturday and just S on Sunday. I was mostly fine on Monday and I coughed off for 2 weeks. Yeah, it's that thing that kind of drags out. That's the annoying thing as well, right? I mean, when you're so sick, you can't do anything. You just lay in bed and you're like, ah, but then you get well, but you're not well enough to actually be productive. And it's just like, right. Hello, Privis. How you doing, buddy? How you doing today? Okay, so we're on the cusp here of figuring this out, right? And what are we gonna do here? Pattern matching is great, seal safe. It's really good. Yeah. Oh man, and it's like if you're into fitness, it's a curse because you're like, I want to work out, but I'm just going to lay down and drop some kilos instead. Okay, so this thing. I got a mail that my Postgres database dies on fly, so I'm looking if I can bump memory. How about you? Ooh, vendor lock-in is it? I'm good though, because I don't have a database. So we need to see if there's a newer value in here, right? So has newer is kind of what we're asking here. So I guess we can rename you to has newer as well, which is not a really good name. So we want to find, we want to match on self dot, probably inner dot get key index. Is that right? Yeah, it is. And that's an entry. And an entry can be vacant, occupied, or checked out. So we're looking for one that is occupied with a generation. Okay, we don't care about the value for this thing. So it's going to return false for every other instance. Not do that. If the generation is less than key.generation. Actually, we don't have to do an if there. We're just going to do that. So, or rather, key generation is larger than. This might be a reference. Jen, are you a reference? Why are you generic? No one asked for that. can't do that. But what we can do is we can ask for the inner value, which should be numerical. Why don't we bake this into drain remove then? Ooh, Nelly. This isn't great. This isn't great, is it? This, do we lose the double-ended aspect of this thing? We did not. Or it totally could be, right? I've just been a lazy sausage. Do attributes not have a reference to their element owners? Have you met Rust Doddy and the borrowed check? No, this is all detached. So it's not just indices, but also generations. This is to reuse memory. So this has to be lopped in here. This only returns values that does not have newer keys at the same index. There we go. Okay. Let me make sure that I did this right. So if this thing has a newer value, we need to return true here because we're filtering. So we're only interested in removing values where the generation is equal to the current generation. So maybe this is asking if the key was replaced. But that also has a bad name. Okay. I just want to make sure that this... I have the dodgy removal as well, right? We got two things that we have to deal with here. We're only interested in seeing if this functions or not. And it does. Okay. Maybe this was it. So as far as we are concerned, let's get rid of that because that was rubbish. Whoops. Okay. Let's bring this back in again then and see if we can run this. It is working. Okay, cool beans. Remember that this thing was written in 24 minutes. Okay. Ooh, Nelly. You need to be over there, Nelly. Not that we need to run this in release mode, but we can. All right. So this is our process monitor. Okay, that's a little bit rubbish. This thing shouldn't be on the line underneath, okay? Like that. Okay. we should probably ignore everything that we're not sorting anything here, and we're kind of not ignoring anything with 0 in it. So we can probably do away with that. Oh, why did you crash? All right, we'll come back to that one. That was an interesting one. We have to turn that off then. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. I was like, yay, we solved it. Yay. And then it's like, nah, mate. I'm not going to let you get away with it. I gotta do you, geezer. All right, so we're going to have the bytes equals 2. There we go. No, the same issue is there. Okay, so this hackety hack thing, we're gonna move this back down here though, to where this used to be. I will just start that up again and see if this breaks now. Or it might break, but see how long it takes for it to break. Get rid of that. And then if bytes is 0, there you are, then continue. And then here we're just gonna call bytes into. It's the same issue, although it isn't the same issue. It is a similar looking issue. All right, so we're still not sorting everything, but we at least have values that are relevant. Let's see what happens if we up the frequency of this thing. Let's set the frequency to something like once every 100 milliseconds. Yeah, then it crashes faster. What kind of cat bollock is this of a program, right? Cat person, can you answer that? No, sorry. So pop-out causes removals and changes the generation. Sorry. Damn. Me neither, Extreme. I tried to write some C++. Was it last week? My head fell off. Took me 2 days to find it again. I feel like that joke was dead from the start. All right. So... The seeing cat peasant is CPP cat peasant plus. All right, who's on? Are you up, cat? Are you up, Londo? One of you, because I am. A Brook Circus on. What happens if I do a knock here? Twitch may record video and sound while you are backstage for safety reasons. Recording will not be shared publicly. This seems like a good job for something like Python or Go or something, right? Should we knock on Brook Circus stream and see if that's doable? Get started. No. This okay. Bollocks. That thing literally wanted me to stream through the web browser. What rubbish. That okay, we're not doing that. Okay. We just do a classic raid here. All right. No, I failed. No, London's not on. All of us is going to Brook. Yes. On our way.